tube. I'm gonna take myself off the screen real quick and put you right there. Boom. And then we'll and then can I go live on yours? Just let me know when.
What the hell?
What? The sound's fucked up again? Wait, what? Can you hear me okay? Tommy. Oh, you can't hear me unless I'm on the stage.
Duh.
I was like, why can't you hear me?
You can go live on mine. It's ready. What the hell? Where you go? Bro.
Be entertaining.
I'm always entertaining. Look. Woo. Where's Iceman at, bro? Iceman. 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 I still can't hear you.
No, because I was muted. I was muted. Okay, good lord.
Don't make me get my motherfucking koala to come across the screen like whack, whack, whack.
Where is viewer count? Can I like track this? Are we? Where's her pop out chat here?
Him so cute.
Pop out this chat. Can I post on like X that I'm back? Hold on a second.
Jeez, Clyde ruins everything. Rylan, what up?
Hey, you know what? Whose fault was last week?
Your fault.
Why?
I don't know, just because you asked.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't any of our fault. Wasn't my fault.
Wasn't my fault.
Wasn't your fault. It wasn't my fault.
It was circumstances' fault. Okay.
Don't yell at me. I got asthma, bro. Don't make me come across the street.
We got like we still have like 200.
Texas J, what up?
200 people. Fuck. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can. Elgato. Let's see if I can like make this. Is that good? No, that's fine. I'll just be like
I think this flag is attached to his nether regions. See?
Polly, can you hear me okay now? Sorry. Clyde, did you see Chris Sims got to sit down with Angela Rose? I'm gonna ignore that.
What? Chris Sims got to sit down with Angela Rose?
Danny and Chris are under attack by Harry Sisson. I think they can handle Harry Sisson.
What? They are. We should see. We should see what they're talking about while we wait for Chris. Let's see if I can find it.
Are they hold on a second. I think that I screwed up the one thing on mine. Let me go with the Rumble chat. Do you want, if you want to put something up, go. I'll put the
let me
right here
I'll
like
find
this,
it.
and then we can put it up. I gotta go this one right here. Chris Cockblock. No, he didn't. Guys, I'm not gonna be hooking up with anybody like that. Come on, don't be silly. I'm very comfortable understanding my role in life. Yeah, I'm heartbroken.
What's the drama with Chris and Harry Sisson?
I don't know. Wait, are they live? Why don't you they click the, hey, Chris, Danny, if you're watching, click the link I've already sent you previously and come tell us what's up while we wait, if you want. I don't know, are they live? They probably are. It's like a waking hour, then they're live. Oh, MDG, look. Hey, look, I'm on MDG Gaming. I'm famous now.
Look, Mom, I'm famous. Harry Sisson is. Bro, I've never been on his page before.
What?
He's a
That's
fucking.
you know what's funny? I did that during a dab hit, and he like I don't I think I might have killed MDG. Maybe he's got he's That's funny as hell. I have good timing. Yeah, we are Trump Train. Oh, I like that name. Trump Train 21. Hey, what's up? We are. He's just joining us in about 4 minutes. He had a prior engagement because he's running for office. He's running for Metro President. I looked up what Metro President meant and all that stuff. So I'm pretty familiar with.
Oh, you looked up what it meant? What does it mean?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I know.
So I can't say shit. I just like to laugh.
But no, I do.
I enjoy laughing.
No,
Hey, you like my shirt?
I do. You like mine? Look.
It's pretty.
I did look. All I
It's
did.
a pretty shirt.
No, all I did was look up if he had any say so in like the police activity or like any sort of thing to doing with like. But actually, I do know he has a lot to do with like
hey,
the city building and city planning and like property ownership and property management and stuff around the city. Like he might be able to dictate what goes and or help dictate what goes in place of that building.
Wait,
you two are nuts together.
Iceman was just the Iceman from yesterday was just in the chat.
There are two different people named Iceman. I mean, it's pretty common.
I wanted to show you what I was talking about yesterday.
Lives in Cyprus.
About what's in his name and what was on his profile picture, but I think my girl muted it.
How many people has she rebanned already? Do you know?
I don't know, babe. I didn't touch him. No, I was gonna ask how many people have we banned? Nobody. I silenced 3. You silenced 3. Oh, look, there he goes. He just commented. Look, Iceman. I didn't think you people like trains. Look at his profile picture in the comments.
I'm scared. Why can't I go to... Okay, there we go. Hey, it's me.
I thought you could see my chat from there.
I can see it from my phone. Oh, shit. Oh, that's wonderful.
It's crazy.
That's nice.
It's absolutely wild, huh?
Like
I don't know how YouTube allows that.
I'm a mod. I could ban him, but it's not my chat. I'm not going to.
No.
I'm not going to. What do you think?
I've never blocked anyone. Don't blame me. I'm not blaming. No, he's there. I just didn't see it. Chris, what up, bro? God bless you. What's going on with you and Harry Sisson? Harry the Sissy.
Oh, can we pull their stream up or so? Or wait. How do you want to do this? We could like pull them. I don't fucking know. Well, hold on a second. Wait. Just stand by a second. Is he live? He ain't live.
He really did.
He ain't live. What are you talking about?
He really did an interview with Angela. Hey, Chris, we sent you guys a link. Come on the channel for a minute until Chris comes on.
Hold on.
And talk about it.
Hold on. Here we go. Wait. They're live. Okay, hold on. Wait. I can do this. Stand by.
For a second.
Okay, all right.
Keep them entertained. I gotta go. You know.
Yeah. Hey, mute the microphone. Mute. So we don't have another incident. Hold on. Hey. Look at my stream. Hey. Wait. Let me fix the window. Hold on. I have a really large vertical monitor setup thing.
What up?
Can you hear me?
Have you checked your link? I haven't checked.
No, I put you guys up on my screen. You're up on Town Hall Tuesday. Hey, So, what's this business I hear about you talking to?
I can hear you, Climatics.
So what's this business I hear? What's this business I hear about
Seeing,
you talking to
I was
Angela?
watching you on here. I just tuned in.
I had no idea.
You talk to Angela Rose, dude.
Oh yeah, I talked to Angela today. She had me on for we talked for like an hour and 20 minutes. I think she did a 40-minute video today.
I got to go to Panda Express.
Just you. You had to talk to her.
Just me, just me.
Wow. Did you use that voice? Did you ask her if she likes wrestling? Fuck.
Yes, wear all your MAGA gear. Maybe even bring a flag in.
It's Texas. They'll probably give me free food.
I don't know if I did. It's possible. I didn't ask if she liked wrestling.
You shut up, MDG Gaming. You shut your mouth. You can't hear them? Wait. Really? Hold on.
Possibly. Yeah, Texas is a lot cooler than Washington is.
Well, you have. No, you're right. You can barely hear them. Oh, they can barely hear y'all. I don't know why. Like I've turned you up as much as I can. Tommy went to take a Terrell buoy. He'll be back in a minute. Oh.
I'll hold the mic closer. Maybe that'll help.
No.
He
Where'd they go?
He said, "Where's Danny? I can't see him. Danny, look, you're as white as a prism."
Hey, there's gonna be a
It's
delay
just
from their stream to us.
That's there is. Okay,
Tommy
Tommy.
was dropping some chicken nuggets. No, I just had to drain a lizard. Just had the lizard to drain. the
Yeah, if
the
you want me,
big
I can
guy
always
is
jump on if
back.
you want me to jump on.
Yep.
I'm gonna put this up just because I think it's funny that she said it.
Danny thought it was Monday today.
I
Not
can't
going on
hear
social
them.
medias this week.
You can't hear them. That's. I mean, you're gonna have to go to the stream. Well, you can't hear them because you're probably only looking at StreamYards. Like pull up their
Yeah, but if I watch it
stream.
on the stream, it's doubled.
Well, pull. Oh,
Dun, 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 dun.
I don't know, man. Yeah.
Today's not Monday.
So
Today's Tuesday.
hey, so which one of you are gonna fight Harry Sisson? Can I watch?
I know that, Tommy. I'm not having a good internet week. It's not a good internet week for me. I'm trying to take a break.
Do y'all want to just?
I will.
I'll
take him on.
Do y'all? You think it would be easier if y'all just clicked the link and came on the StreamYards?
He cut the video weird too.
Oh shit. What'd you say about my mama? Don't laugh.
Yeah, I'll just click the link. That's cool.
It's the same link. It never changes because it's for the same studio.
Click that shit.
Yeah, I'll do it in like 2 minutes. I can do it.
Click that shit.
Okay. It's the same link. It never changes.
We want to hear about your
All right, give me 2 minutes. I'll click that. I'll end my live and I'll go upstairs.
But no,
I'll see
you don't
you
have
guys
to
in a
end.
bit.
You don't have to end your live. Just stay live.
You don't got to end your live.
Hey, Polly, ban this person.
You don't got to end your live.
No, Polly, that's the person I was telling you about before. They've been driving me crazy with like 100 different names. Just ban them straight up.
Who?
Okay, never mind. I don't know why I have mods. I'll do it myself.
Who?
Jesus,
Who is
dude.
it?
I don't know who it is. Remember I told you they had like 10 different names?
Oh.
Like that's the kind of person you don't respond to. You just ban them, please.
We'll go
Thank you.
Oh. T. Lavani. Thanks for the jewels
Oh,
for the
MDG Gaming's a
flow
mod
state.
too. I made MGG Gaming a mod because he didn't want to be one. I think that's funny. I forced his hand.
You better get to modding MGD. Hey, it's the dude. What up, big dog?
Oh, you know what it
Oh
is?
shit.
You know what it is? It's the video. I knew I was gonna get a little bit of backlash. Yeah, fuck
What?
you, Holly.
Oh,
Bitch.
Holly's in there.
No, I'm just saying like that's probably what this is. I've had an influx
Thumbs
of
up, John.
haters
Thanks for
today.
the thumbs up.
You see the link? It's just the
Okay.
old link.
You don't you don't have to don't stop your live though. Stay live. Stay live.
You motherfucker, dude.
Cause I sent Iceman the link. When he's ready, he'll click it. It'll ding in my ear. It'll pop up here, and I'll click add, and then everything.
How do I do this? I don't know how to do this.
Man,
I said thanks for the
that is
sticker.
a that
Oh,
is
we're already in this.
you know honestly that's a hell of a 1920 like
Rylan,
that's like a
thanks for the hand
1920s
claps.
mustache.
We got hand claps. High fives. High fives from Rylan. Let's go. I can't wait to see you guys at the flag wave on Sunday. It's going to be a great day. Bring all your flags.
You see that?
Oh, high fives from everybody.
Chief Smoke. Actually, yesterday I would have told you it's absolutely impossible for me to get Matt Morris. But today Matt Morris followed me and we had a conversation. So for fuck's sakes, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but yeah, maybe.
Matt Morris.
That'd be
Shout out
crazy.
Matt Morris.
That would be crazy. But I actually
Chris Favors, Kyle Rittenhouse.
I really would like
Probably a good idea.
Climax TV, you are a jerk, but we all love you. Thank you, Griffey. I love you too, man. That's an appropriate use of super chats, guys. If you would like to insult me by use of super chat, I think that's totally appropriate. I will not ban you.
Lamont said Danny and Chris, 100% cute couple with a heart. Hey, my chat loves you, Chris.
I swear to fucking God, if you guys and don't get mad at me, okay? I swear to God, if you guys ever like get married and don't invite me to a gay fucking wedding, I'm just gonna come anyways. Fuck you.
Oh, talking about marriage.
Hell yeah, you know which kind of party century? You know how nice that shit's gonna be? You don't want to fuck. Tell me you don't want to go. Tell me you don't want to go.
Thanks, Ed Eagle.
Yeah.
I would go to a gay wedding if it was Danny and Chris's.
Do I only interview MAGA? I only interview people. Look, here's the answer to do I only interview MAGA? No. But my criteria to interview someone is they have to have a functioning brain. So maybe that weeds out all the liberals, you know? But if you're moderate, if you're on the fence, maybe I can talk to you. But if you're fully, completely just wacko, liberal, brain dead, how can I have a conversation with
Liberals
you?
would never come on this show because they can't defend their.
No. Well,
their,
they would
ideology.
they would disconnect. They would absolutely
Hey, are we
disconnect.
all invited to the wedding?
Answer
Chris.
answer carefully.
Chris, we're all invited, right?
MDG came in. I accept your challenge. Good luck.
Climax is climaxing.
What did the damn puppet say? Sounds like a TV coming. That's great.
Yeah, I think Edgar got to you.
I like that. That was a fun one. Hey, so Chris, could you tell us about the Harry Sisson drama? Seriously, I'm very curious to
Shout
know.
out to London.
I don't need the long cords. Just
We love you, London.
they only
Oh my god, bro.
Hey, don't
You're probably
you called?
Here's your mic.
Oh, there he is.
What's up? I can hear you guys now.
What up, Buttercup? How you doing, dog? Oh, there's Denny. So, how was the interview today? Is it already on the internet?
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
Oh
Sweet.
shit, let me make it like better. Hold on. There we go. All right. Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Sweet. Interview was good. We just chatted with Angela for hour and a half or hour and 20 minutes, something like that.
In person?
No, just on Zoom. Just did a Zoom.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. She's super nice. She's super friendly.
Yeah, she's really nice. I've met her a couple times, and she's everything she puts out on her videos. You know, she's the nicest lady. She's got a great demeanor for what she does.
Yeah, she does. She's
You know?
great.
Yeah,
She
and
did
she's
like-
got backbone at the same time. You know.
Yeah, all the stuff she's doing in England. That shit was
Yeah, that's
crazy.
bro. Did you guys talk about that?
A little bit. Like we didn't talk about it a bunch.
Yeah. Did you guys talk about the Panda Express and all that stuff?
Yeah, we talked a good amount of that. She showed the video and then just talked about random stuff, Iran and Israel and all kinds of stuff. She kind of just wanted to like talk about a bunch of different stuff. That was cool. Cause I thought it was gonna be like a 10-minute interview or something quick, but
Was you guys live streaming?
no, just Zoom. She was just recording the Zoom, so
And she already posted it?
Yeah, I think she posted it like an hour ago.
Oh, maybe we'll watch it on stream. And yeah,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
we're just waiting for Chris. That's so fucking awesome.
Yeah, I was stoked.
Yeah.
I was surprised because she messaged me yesterday, and I thought she was just commenting on my post, and she's like, "Yeah, you want to do an interview?" I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
That's fucking dope, bro. Congratulations. You guys
Thanks.
are hitting the road running.
Yeah, I'm not. I wasn't trying to either. I'm just going
Yeah,
out.
shit
And
just
it's
happens.
crazy.
Shit
It just
just
attracts
happens.
to all of us. Like every one of us, something.
It absolutely does. It's craziness.
Mm-hmm.
Climatics, you're so quiet. Ask whatever you wanted to ask.
No,
Get it out.
I don't want to be weird.
Be weird, bro. It's normal.
No, it's fine. She makes really good videos.
Oh, cause now I understand why you're being awkward. Cause you got a little crushy mapoo. You got a little
Just a
crushy
little
poo.
bit. Just a little
He has a little crushy poo on the old Angela.
We fucking go. You know we're live right now.
Climatics is in love.
Don't use that word, Jesus Christ.
Well,
Between
You know.
between her and Haley, I'm never gonna fucking talk to another woman as long as I fucking live, I guess.
well, not with that kind of attitude. You gotta get a better attitude. Hey, I don't think Chris had the same issue because he's a taken man, you know. He's taken, so it was probably perfectly fine for him.
Now I gotta fight MDG Gaming.
Why? What did he say?
Well, no, he's we're going. He might have a.
Patriots United said Angela don't go for guys in their basements. Actually, if you know Climatics, he has his own house. He has a whole ass arcade in his house.
I do.
So I don't think he lives in the basement. He might have a
I
basement.
actually and I live in Texas. It's a physical impossibility to have a basement where I live. Nobody has a basement.
You guys have basements out there?
Baby.
No, it's a sea level problem. So I don't understand why why the people are making it to like 6 messages before they're like removed. Like, why do I have to stop what I'm doing and do it?
Oh, are people trolling? I've been getting a lot of trolls today.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of trolls.
Crazy.
Well, you went viral. Like, if you do stuff and it's good, you get trolls.
Yeah, if you got a lot of trolls, you're doing something right.
Yeah,
That's right.
I
right.
just unblocked all the trolls, unhid all the trolls
I'm
on
not
my
doing that.
YouTube. So now
okay.
there's tons of them.
Yeah. I don't even block many people, so I've just been getting a ton. At least on Danny's. I haven't gone live on my channel.
I just assume if someone's trolling me, they're sexually attracted to me, and I'm not interested. I just
That's a good
assume.
way to look at it.
I just
Nancy Kelly,
yeah.
thank you.
I just assume they would like to touch my balls, and I'm not okay with that.
Yeah.
That's that. Well, see, that's a personal preference, you know, and everybody's allowed to have personal preferences.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. No.
like it's not transphobic because a guy doesn't want to date a trans woman because the definition of a trans woman is just a man in a dress.
A man in a dress.
And most guys aren't going for
Hey.
guys with chicks with dicks.
Hey, Chris, did y'all get it? Did y'all watch my expose video today yet?
No, I haven't had time. I saw that. I would watch that.
I would love to get your like no holding back critique.
Yes, River Rat, I can see it.
Like I want you to compare it to all the other main content creators who make videos like that. Even I'm talking about like T-Sply and like Matt Morris and all those, because I want to know what's different about mine than theirs. Hopefully it's nothing that I just am unlikable. I'm hoping it's just that. So I want to try to see
I
it.
saw it though, and it looked interesting.
Okay, cool.
Didn't have time yet today.
It's not a Clyde chat unless Polly gets yelled at. No, Polly, you're a great mod. You're such a good mod.
Polly, you're doing great. Yeah, I yelled at her.
You're such a good mod that everyone else tries to steal you as their mod.
Yeah, Polly's one of my mods too. I like Polly. We love Polly.
Everywhere said, you need thicker skin, Clyde. Tommy has it down.
I have thick skin. I just to give you what you want. Somebody needs to act like it. Look, Zoria said something I agree with. I have no problem with people wanting to be trans. Leave kids alone, stay out of women's spaces, and don't make me have to treat you like you're special. That's all.
Yeah.
I agree with that statement. I do. And Zach X is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
This son of
You're
a
welcome, River Rat. Yeah, Zach X is great. Yeah, I've been trying to channel a little bit of Zach X, and it works.
He's been channeling his little bit of Tommy, you know?
Yeah, see, we channel each other.
Wait.
That sounded gay as hell.
I heard Danny Rebel off camera go, what the fuck did you just say?
Emmy, howdy. Congrats, Chris and Danny, for making it to Fox News. God bless you all. Clyde, your reporting was great today. Tommy, thank you for showing the truth out there. Thank you, Emmy.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I tried. I never. It's, you know what's really hard about making videos is figuring out what the timeline is, like what order. Should I have shown her face first and gone into it, or I tried to like lead into it, but I was like, well, are they going to get bored and stop watching before I get to what it is, like the punchline? You know, it's like the difference between, like, you know who Mitch Hedberg is?
Yeah.
Comedian, he does like one-liners, or like someone who tells like a 20-minute joke and then the punchline is off the rails, as opposed to like continuous jokes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I have trouble
I don't.
editing.
What do you mean?
I was talking to Chris.
Hey, Chris, did you post the Newsmax video on your X?
Yeah, the Newsmax video I did. I didn't see the Fox one. So people were saying something about Fox. But
You were on Fox too? Good Lord. Hell yeah. Good for you.
I haven't seen it.
They should give you like 10 grand for the ad revenue they gained from your story.
They should.
I mean, they won't, but they should.
Yeah.
It'd be like a weird, like, perfect reporting client. Yes, I've seen her in many videos. Yeah, she's everywhere. You know, it's funny. It's like you ever you never see a car until you buy it, and then once you buy the car, now you start seeing the same fucking Honda Civic every fucking place you go to. It's kind of like that. Like once you start looking for certain people, you see them in every fucking video, and that's what was happening to me with that girl. I was like, she's there, she's fucking everywhere. It's like, God damn, okay. And one thing led to another, and so. Oh, that's cool. I was on KHOU in Houston,
I just shared my screen with you.
channel 11 a bunch of times. Oh, like a bunch of times. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Oh, there we go. Hey.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Hold on.
Oh, look at this. Hey, Newsmix. Oh, hey, we got Chris. Chris is here, man.
Can you guys hear it?
Hey, Tommy.
Good. It just didn't.
Hey, Chris. Can you
Oh.
hear?
It's so funny. This is just right in the section.
Can you hear us?
Hey,
It's right over
Iceman.
on that wall over there. Yeah, I think I'm live. Hold on. Hey guys, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
I can hear
Give
you.
it-
Can you hear me?
Yeah, give it.
Show everyone
Give
can see
us.
and hear you.
Yeah, give us just a second, and we'll
Hey, I
wrap
can't
up.
hear you
with-
guys. Can you guys hear me okay? See what's going on here.
Yeah,
Yes.
we can do this afterwards.
Clyde,
or we
can you
do
hear me?
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
yes.
can hear you.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah, we can hear you. Hey, Chris, do you mind if we pick this back up when we're
for
done
sure.
with? Because he just has limited time. Is it okay?
Yeah, no worries. You just ask me out.
Okay.
I
We,
love you,
hey,
Chris.
if we don't
you
get,
guys.
Hey,
sit- like-
Tommy. Hey, Clyde.
What
Iceman
up,
here,
bro?
trying to figure out why it's not
Iceman, what's
connecting.
up? We can hear you and
It's
see
connected.
you.
We can hear you.
You just can't hear us. Maybe the sound on your phone.
Turn your
up.
volume up. Turn your volume up.
So what's going on?
Turn your volume
Here, I'm
up.
gonna message him. Well, I don't want to screw him up if I message him on X. Then he has
I
to.
don't know about you, but I'm getting no signal.
Then he has to check the X.
They can hear everything.
Yeah,
Bunch
we
of people
can
watching,
hear
so
you. Oh,
Let's see here.
maybe it's because where you're at. I don't know. Every
Hey, sorry I'm a little bit late, guys. If you can hear me, I'm
Oh.
still having a little bit of connection issue, so I can see you guys. I
we
just
can
can't hear
you,
anything
no,
right now.
We can hear you just fine.
So I'm going to try to get to a different spot here where I should be able to hear a
Turn
little
the
bit
volume
better.
up.
Stand by.
It's
I might have to sign out and come right back in a minute.
okay. We
But,
hear
um,
everything's fine except for
You guys
he.
can hear me. Hello, Climactics. Hello, chat. Hello, Tommy. Let's go.
He's old.
I love
Tommy.
you.
Got a
bro.
good update for you guys here, but I'm just trying to get out of this garage. Things are running a little bit later than I thought they would today.
Wait,
Oh, maybe it's his car taking the
Stand
sound
by.
or
what
something.
happened to Zach's cat?
There we go.
What?
Yeah. Yep.
Zach.
I almost
lose
hit
his
the
cat?
guy on that. What's in the call?
Bro, get rid of this fucking
you hear me?
guy.
I'm just gonna go right to the waterfront.
The rollerboards.
He's muted. Mike is unmuted.
Can you?
Guys,
No,
I
we
don't
can
know
hear
why
you.
I can't hear you, but
Turn your
let's see
volume
what's
up.
going on here.
Turn your volume up.
There you go.
Can
I'm
you
gonna
hear?
back out of this, and then
All right. Can you hear us?
Tommy, I'm going to call you to figure out what I need to do with this microphone because you guys may be able to hear me, but I can't hear you guys at all, and I've got all my volumes up, so I'm not sure what's
I
going
think
on
it's
here.
his car. Tommy, I think it's the car. When he calls you, I think it's the car. I think.
Well, why would everything else work but the?
Well, because
voice?
maybe his Bluetooth is picking up the. Maybe he just needs to turn his radio up, and he could probably hear us through his car dash. That's what I think it is. Just my opinion. Hey, Polly, if you put the three dots next to that person's name, you can just click remove, and it'll remove their comments. I don't know why I'm not able. That person is blocked on my channel, but they must be using like a different kind of device or something.
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly fine. Are you connected to your the car radio or anything with your phone?
No, I couldn't even block him, Polly. I tried to ban him from the channel. It says he's already banned. They pause the
You don't think
account. You can't.
your phone doesn't connect to your car?
It's something new. Wait,
No.
what?
Oh well, then it should be fine.
Hey, what? Explain.
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly fine and see you perfectly fine. I just don't know why you can't hear.
Hey, please explain this to me, MDG, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah. No, I got a crazy ass psycho dog that already bit Josh the other day. So yeah, no. No, it's fine. Yeah,
I
whenever you
reported
can
it.
figure it out. Yeah, because we can hear you fine. You just can't hear us, which is weird.
That's crazy. He could pull up the stream. Oh, but he's in the car though.
All right, for sure. See you soon. All right, bye. Yeah, he needs a headset or earbuds.
Oh, how about this? I'll do a goal. Okay, I'm gonna do a crazy goal. You ready? 10 super chats. Let's say $5 or higher. For what does it say? What does it say? 30 minutes. No, let's say 1 hour.
For headphones.
And then we will. I'll play the national anthem from memory on my trumpet.
What?
The best I can. The best I can. And I actually used to play for ROTC, like Did I spell national wrong? Hold on. National. Okay. Start goal. We'll see if we get froggy or not. Oh boy, I actually can play it. It's like right over there. I brought it in here. Prank, what's up, brother?
Let's all do 50 push-ups. Go ahead. I'll be right behind you.
Yeah, you first, bro.
I'll get right on that.
I could probably do 20. Clyde just got done about to drive back home. Cool. Oh, no. Let's do it, Ginger Shepherd. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Oh, boy. What did I do? No, it's okay. I really can't play the trumpet.
Tommy, start streaming COD while we wait. Call of Duty.
Yeah, so my computer will crash again. Damn, I just feel bad that we like.
What do you feel bad about?
Because we could hear him. I'm trying to figure out why he wasn't able to hear us. It doesn't make any sense. I don't like
Tommy, did you see JD delay video of him talking about getting put in jail and getting out of jail? No, I thought that was old.
I think that is old. Why not prank? Hey, put some WC handy.
Iceman's trying to figure out why his audio wasn't working.
Thank you, Snapper, for the $5. Why don't you like it? Hey, prank, I didn't either until I made it. It has the wobbles and can't drive. It's just your settings, bro. You just gotta fuck with it, because that's why I sent you that little screenshot. It's hard to figure out the wheel. I think your wheel is good, though. You just gotta play with it a little bit. Don't give up.
Oh, they got you can play the Forza game today, huh?
Yeah, I already had. I mean, I paid to play it early because I'm stupid.
You paid to play.
Oh shit, Tony P with the $5. Okay, let's go. Oh shit, Doug DeHaven, $10 super chat.
I don't got $70
Let's
to pay
get them,
for.
boys.
I would definitely stream Forza, but I don't got the money to pay for another video game right now.
The wheel. I mean, once you play with the wheel, you'll never play another racing game with a controller. Oh no, I should have put it higher. Jim Joe, thanks for the $5.
Thanks for the grifting money. We played Warzone very, very we played multiplayer more.
Shelly Ann, thank you for the $5. Yeah, we play Warzone a lot, bro.
Yeah,
we play Warzone a lot. I play more than them. They don't even know how much I play.
Yeah. Clyde plays video games all day long.
Don't tell people that. I worked hard on that video. No, the video today I worked hard. I started early in the morning and played Mhm. Did the editing all morning long. I played a little bit. I took a little
Rick,
break.
I see you laughing at me, bro. I see you laughing at me, Rick. That's not nice. Don't laugh at me in my chat. So rude. I work way too much to be playing video games. I play for probably a couple hours a day at night if I can. Need for Speed Underground was one of my favorite racing games, but for Xbox, I've always liked Forza because Forza's only on Xbox and PC. It's not on PlayStation. Thank you, Patrick. I'm trying.
It's been snowing there. Willard, where do you live? Fucking Alaska?
Oh, I want to go to Alaska.
Oh, speaking of Alaska, I gotta check with Tony P. More juice, extra juice. Tony P. Oh no.
Oh, Lester Kramer asks if you're saving your marriage for Pam Tifa. That's for you, Clyde.
Oh no, I'm never getting married. No.
You're not waiting for Pam Tifa's hand in marriage.
No, I'll pass.
And she talks about you all the time.
I like my women with
She
hair.
said, "Where's your friend Clyde, the one with the big nose that you always call big nose guy?" I can't say it because I'm not Jewish. You know.
Thank you again for reporting. It was great. Great job. Thank you, Emmy, for watching. That's great. Oh no. Oh, I should have made it like 20.
BLS said, "You know you like Pam Tifa." No, he's saving himself. He's saving himself for May's face.
Hey.
He told me.
No, I think that's a Zach X is gonna fix her. He said he can fix her.
No. I think even Zach would have a hard time with that.
I think that he would lose the rest of his hair.
Who's the spam troll? Hey, don't be talking about my boy's thumb. I mean his head. Don't be talking about my boy Zach's head.
No,
I didn't call it a thumb right now. That was an accident.
He's got a nice like Bruce. his head looks like Bruce Willis's head. It's a nice head. You know, I don't have a head like that. I can never shave my head. I got.
I would never shave my head again.
I got 3 big cracks in the back of my head from a cage match, so I had like big scars. I would.
Oh, that shit would look dope. Like, don't touch my scars.
I got 3 big cracks.
Don't
like, right
touch
here in
my
the back of my head.
scars.
I got lawn darted into a steel cage and I hit the middle. I hit the bar of it.
Zach's big head is fucking hilarious. Patriots,
that shit is fucking.
I know me and Shane were using that today, bro. I love it.
I'll close it out. Bye.
Tell me how come your head looked normal when they were doing the filter on the head on the phone earlier when everybody else had big heads. Mine looked the same. Damn, dog. I don't know. I don't think the filter was working when they pointed it at me. My face didn't trigger the filter, so that's just how my head is.
I should have made it so much more. I'm so stupid. They already finished my goal. I got to play the national anthem on the
Hey, no, they can come and finish my goal, and then you can play it.
What's your goal?
10 super chats.
I already got the 10.
Where's my? That's not fair. Sharing is caring.
You're
a grifter, bro. You're a grifter. That's fucked up. He's over there grifting. He's over there grifting and not sharing the grift. Look at that. He hit 10 super chats, and I'm only at 2.
Tommy and everyone else just blatantly copies everything I do. They copy my thumbnails. They copy my format. They copy my game. They just stream what I'm streaming and call it a new stream. So who's grifting who?
What? Damn, did he just go off on a fucking rant? You sounded almost liberal for a second. If you weren't wearing an American flag shirt, I'd have been like, damn, I swear you're libtard.
No.
Tiffany for Trump, we love you too. Thank you.
Wouldn't that be the ultimate swerve that I'm Clyde Tifa?
Bro, I would come to Texas and go to jail in Texas. Please do
funny.
big head. I can only do it when I'm doing.
See, the thing, Tommy, is you were always out in the street in Portland. You never got a chance to hear my rants. I used to like destroy people for like 20 minutes straight and just annihilate them on my stream.
Why?
Because I have that ability. That's why. Why do you do it? Because you can, right?
Because they're libtards.
Well, I mean, if
And it's fun.
if it quacks like a duck
it's
and
very
it walks
easy to
like a
do.
duck, yeah. Clive's rants are the best.
Clyde Tifa, hell yeah, I knew it. Oh, you done fucked up now.
I'm actually not even Jewish. I'm Muslim.
Bro, I gotta go. Go find your goat.
All right, man. Mashallah.
Go. Hey, no. English only on our streams, bro. One Sheila Ann. I'm here for you, Tommy. Thank you. $5 super chat. Only 6 more to go to hit goal. Because you are the truth teller. God bless. Emmy, thank you. Trump 2028, the Riddler. Let's go.
I don't even think this is gonna sound good. So let's just do a test real quick. What does this sound like?
It sounds good. Sounds like a fucking trumpet.
Okay.
Let's go.
No bacon, Clyde. No, I'll fuck up some bacon. Are you serious? I'm an American first.
Oh, I want some pork belly.
Well, I never know because of the microphone and the sound and the the reverb of the room and
Twam. 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 You know what that means?
yeah, trans women are men.
Hey, say it with some more bass in your voice next time, bro.
I was trying to say it nonchalantly as to not get you banned.
I don't get banned because I'm special ed. And we're not saying it over and over and over.
I can't. I think.
You know?
I honestly think it's like you. Well, when you
No, I've been gone all day long, Galapagos.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, what up?
Hey, guy, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear us?
I can actually
All
hear
right,
you guys.
what's up?
I am so
What's up?
sorry.
No, it's okay.
It has been a crazy day, but I'm on board, you guys. So thanks for having me. Hey, Clyde, how you doing?
Hey, Iceman, it's nice to finally see you face to face, man. I feel like I feel like we've been talking for like 6-7 months now, back and forth with streams and all that stuff.
I think we have. You know, if you recall, I got a little bit of a wrestling heritage myself, so I think we connected initially.
Yeah, that's right. I remember.
My great uncle was a wrestler in the Pacific Northwest Wrestling League named Tex Hager, and he was a promoter back in the old days. So I got a little bit of headlock experience in case I need it.
Go.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. So how's the election going? How are you doing?
Oh man,
are you losing your fucking mind?
Well, no, not at all. Everything is going
good.
great, and it's been amazing. And I just want to start by saying thanks to you and Tommy. Tommy's been a big, actually, inspiration for all this, which I can go into later. He may not know it, but everybody on X and all the Patriots have just been huge helps in helping me get the vote out. So I just want to, I'm totally grateful to everybody that A, voted for me, B, put up with all of my social media posts because I've been really, blasting stuff out the last month or so. And a lot of people have been very, very helpful in so many different ways, whether it's, oh my gosh, Miss Mary's been a big help, and Mad Dog's been a big help, and Stacy Pritchard's been a big help, and Ground Zero's been a big help, and Nico's been a big help. And God, I don't want to say anybody who am I? Who am I missing? Chachi's been a big help, and
right.
Shout out Chachi.
Oh man,
I seem to recall being in the stream, like streaming and reading the chat when you were thinking about running.
Yeah,
you were like, I'm thinking about it. I haven't made my decision yet. I'm like, we're all like, you should do it. And I think I really hope that the whole not me, not Tommy, but all of us, everybody in the community kind of gave you that final push to go, you know what? Look at all these people that want you to run. Fucking run.
Well,
He wanted me to do it.
I was trying to
No.
get Tommy to do it. I thought Tommy for
Yeah.
Congress would be a good thing. And if nothing else, maybe this will just be a springboard. So just to kind of back up a little bit. So I'm running for this position here called the Metro Council President. And Metro in Oregon, the three largest counties are the one that we live in, Multnomah County, which is where the ICE building is, and Washington County and Clackamas County. So they're the areas right around the city of Portland. And the total of people that live there is about half of the total population for the state of Oregon. So it's really fallen under the radar screen because it's not a city government, it's not a county government, it's not a state government. Metro is the only directly elected regional government in the entire United States. So it's been an experiment, and its main purpose is to focus on land use, livability issues, parks and recreation. So it has nothing to do with like law enforcement or anything at the federal level. And it's what's called a nonpartisan race. So that means that you don't have to be a Democrat or a Republican. So I'm technically what's called a non-affiliated voter, which is the largest voting group in Oregon right now for a variety of reasons. But that means that I can have anybody and everybody who lives in that region vote for me. So that's what I've been going for. And I started on March 12th, which was the last day you could apply as a candidate. And I really hemmed and hawed. And actually, I was trying to get other people, some of the other patriots. I spent a lot of time trying to get people like Tommy and others to talk to them about various offices and, try to take a different solution to what we've all been working on and fighting for in the streets, to try to take, a more political, more traditional solution. And in the end, it ended up being me that ran. And to be honest with you, it was one of the easiest things to get started because it was only a $100 fee to register as a candidate. So I did that on the last day. So it's easier than most people think, but it's been just a tremendous experience.
How many other people
That's
are
so
running?
awesome.
So there's five
It was
people.
like 5, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there's 5 people running. There's one guy whose name is Juan Carlos Gonzalez, and he
Juan
is
Carlos.
Juan Carlos. He is on the commission right now, but the person who had the job that I'm running for, she was supposed to be in the position till January of next year, and she just up and quit. She just quit the job like a year early and went to take another job in government. So this position right now is open.
You don't sign like a contract or anything. You don't have. You could just up and leave that shit.
Well, I mean, ethically, I wouldn't say it was the best choice, but that's what she decided to do. So right now there's what's called an interim Metro president, which is one of the 6 council members. So there's 6 people on the council that all represent a district within the Metro region. And then this job as a president is at large. So it represents the entire Metro region, and it's the sort of the head of the body. So there's a total of 7 people that are supposed to be on the commission or the council. And right now there's only 6. And one of the councilors is acting as the interim president until a president is duly elected.
So you said land usage, right? So would you have any say so over, I don't know, building permits in a certain location?
So, yeah, great question. Not really. What we do, so Portland is known for some really progressive land use decisions which have limited growth. There's something in Portland called we're all throughout Oregon, something called the urban growth boundary. So there's literally like a line outside of which you can't have urban development.
Like
so
a wetland?
If you were to look over Oregon, well, mostly like farmland and agricultural land. So if you drive out to like Washington County, where a lot of farms are and where Intel is and where the data centers are being built, you'll see that like there's literally a line, and one side is urban development where there's high density housing, and the other side is like farmland. So one of the biggest issues and one of the things that's really preserved Oregon has been this urban growth boundary. And there's a lot of pressure to expand that right now for housing and for data centers. So I've been in Oregon a long time, and my whole thing is I think we only need to expand that for very, very limited reasons. And data centers isn't one of them, because data centers are taking up a huge amount of electricity and water resources, and it's driving up the prices and the affordability for families. So, there's less electricity. So they charge families more, and it's really become a type of industrial development that's out of control. So it's really what would be called urban sprawl until it's brought under control. So I've got some better ways to be able to manage that when I'm elected, and I'm going to really try to retain that urban growth boundary, because that really is what's going to retain the character of Oregon. But to get to your point, so we don't really have jurisdiction within the counties or the cities. So there's, like I said, 3 counties and there's 24 cities, including the city of Portland. But Metro does control a lot of the overreaching sort of land use and transit goals. And I think that one of the things I'd be able to do as Metro Council president is to be able to apply pressure on the city of Portland to try to do some of the things that it needs to do to to fix some of the problems, because the biggest problem economically in Oregon right now is what's happening and what we've all seen in the city of Portland. So homelessness, open drug use, a lot of the issues that we see on an isolated basis are things that need to be resolved. So I hope to be able to jump in and talk to the people that can make a difference.
Yeah. Sound like you've thought about all this, and you know what your plans are if you get elected, when you get elected.
When is that decision made, and like how much longer in the campaign, and where can people go to, like, can people still vote for you right now?
Yeah, well, let's see. It's 6:45 here in Portland. So polls are open till 8 o'clock tonight, and the first results will be 8 o'clock tonight. So this is going to be kind of make it or break it. So like I said, there's 5 people in my particular race, and the way it works is if one candidate gets 50% of the vote plus one, like more than 50%, then they win outright. So they'll be the Metro Council president beginning of January of next year.
Right.
If no candidate gets more than 50% of the vote, then the top 2 candidates, like let's say one person gets 44% and one person gets 24%, and the other one gets 15% and 12% and 7%, then the top 2 candidates will go to a new election in November. So today we'll hopefully restart the clock. I mean, I'm running up against a very establishment, status quo candidate. He's got the backing of the governor. He's got the backing of all the local mayors. He's got over 600 people that have donated financially to his campaign. So I'm really running like a David versus Goliath type of race. But I can't thank everybody I've run a really hard campaign on social media to try to get the word out. And I'm just hoping I can keep, Juan Carlos Gonzalez under 50%. And then, starting tomorrow, it's a whole new ball game going into November.
Well, you got Shane to put on a suit.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
He looked good, and Nico was there behind the camera. They both looked good, and we got him downtown, and he had a good job. Kind of, I see so much potential. People ask me why I'm running. It's really, I'm an old guy, and I'm really running for a lot of the younger people. Like Tommy and Shane and Nico and all the people that that live here in Portland that are a little bit disgruntled with affordability and jobs and housing. And I really want to be able to give people that hope back. I mean, I really believe in Portland, despite all the challenges it's got. And I really believe in the young people of Portland. So one of the things that I want to do is just, basic stuff like lower taxes, lower fees, make housing more affordable, make housing more available, and just help people to realize their opportunity, resurrect the city and resurrect people on an individual basis.
So I know a little bit about the real estate market around the country and interest rates and stuff. What can you do locally there, if anything, like to control interest rates, or at least keep them from going out of control? Because I know if you're looking for a house, the interest rates will double your monthly bill. I mean,
yeah, that's a good point. So my background is really in mortgage and real estate. So that's one of my strong points for sure. And while I can't do anything locally about the interest rates, what we can do is to put together federal and local programs to be able to help getting into housing more available. So if you're a veteran, there are 0 down payment programs. Right. If you get an FHA loan, there are, low down payment programs.
So we can have first time buyer stuff.
Yeah. There's first-time buyers. There's also, if you know what an ADU is, it's called an accessory dwelling unit. So if you've got a house on a large lot and you build a secondary house on your unit, one of the things right now is it's treated as one unit. I want to be able to separately deed that second house. So if you wanted to, you could sell it out and still keep your main house. So that's one thing we'd be able to increase the density of housing within the urban growth boundary and still help people build wealth and not lose their, not lose their value. The biggest thing for housing is you want to make housing affordable for new buyers, but you want to keep housing values high for existing homeowners, because existing homeowners don't want to take a 20% hit on their value. They want their value to stay high if they decide to sell their house. So the biggest thing that I would do besides accessory dwelling unit entitlement is use modular housing. So there's a lot of examples around the country. One company comes to mind, Boxable, which is out of Las Vegas, and they're building houses that basically they build them in a factory. They're very well built, and then they roll them out on trucks in modular units. So you can put together 2 or 3 modular units within a couple of days versus a couple of months with a traditional house. And they're built faster, they're easier, they're lower price point, and they're a great first step on the homeownership ladder. Now, are they perfect for everybody? No. But modular housing is something that a lot of people are looking for, and there's just not a lot of it here in the Portland area. So I want to be able to do that. Portland's been known for something called, if you guys know what row houses are something that's been really common in Portland over the last last couple of decades, where you have kind of a skinny, long house that's built up 2 and 3 stories versus a house like a post-World War II. You had like a ranch style house, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,500 square feet on a big half-acre lot. And so those kind of houses are more and more expensive to build and difficult to build. But row housing and modular developments are great ways that we can provide affordable housing that looks good, that fits in with the existing neighborhoods. And the great thing about Portland, despite what you guys all see, down at the Ice Building, is that Portland's got some really cool neighborhoods. Tommy, you've been out there and you can see that, there's some really cool places and they've got some really funky vibes and they're all very unique. And so we want to keep that cool thing of Portland going, but we want to be able to provide opportunity for new people to move in as well.
What's your and then I'll let Tommy talk. What's your favorite thing about Portland?
Oh man, there's so many cool things. Well, I'm a boater, right? So one thing that people don't realize about Portland is it's a river city, and it's got 2 major rivers, the Columbia and the Willamette River. So I love some of the boating opportunities that are here in Portland. Like you can go right in downtown Portland and catch 40-pound salmon and take them home to eat. And so there are so many rivers and waterways. I love that. But Portland's got some really cool parks. It's very well known for parks and recreation. So it's got like Washington Park, Mount Tabor Park. There's parks everywhere in the city of Portland.
We have the world's smallest park also.
Yeah, that's right. The world's smallest park and a lot of the riverfront parks. So
you have a lot of skate parks too, right, Tommy?
There's skate parks. Yeah, there's one, Tommy. Well, the one that Tommy went to was down in Salem, which is the state capital. But we have a couple of them right here in the city of Portland, right under the main bridges.
Salem. That's where the witch trials were, right? No.
Yeah.
Is that a different Salem?
There's actually a house. So Oregon has the largest, Portland has the largest and the smallest park in the entire world. I think the smallest park might have been taken over by one in Japan, but it has another place called Forest Park, which is like a huge park.
Is it like this big or something? Is it like a square? Is it like the park? Is it like
that's
tiny...
basically it.
Oh, okay.
I forget the name of it, but Forest Park is the largest park. It's on the west side of Portland. It's got tons of walking trails, and it runs all the way from like the zoo all the way down to Cornell Road, which is it's a large area, a very heavily forested parkway and walking trail. So Forest Park is really one of the coolest features of Portland. But all throughout Portland, livability is the biggest issue. And the biggest thing that we can do at Metro is to try to preserve and maintain that livability, because we do have control over like 20,000 acres of parkland.
Yeah, I think I was thinking of Salem, Massachusetts or something, or where all the Salem witch trials were.
I don't know. Well, I was going to say,
don't
so
think I've
Forest
seen
Park
it.
has something called the Witch House, and there's this, if you look it up on the internet, there's something called the Witch House in Portland, Oregon, and it literally
Nice.
looks like something out of like the Blair Witch Trials or Hansel and Gretel or something. It's this old stone house that
Nice.
is set up in Forest Park up in the woods, and it's this really creepy
Well,
place, but it's
you know,
been heavily filmed.
when Tommy, so I live in Houston, right? When we have a sea level problem and we have a hurricane problem, right?
Yeah.
So we don't have basements. Like you can't have a base. You dig, it's water. And so
Right.
and you can't really have any sort of things like you guys. So Tommy was looking for a house, right? And so I was helping him do a search, and it's okay to say that now because I guess he found a good place, but. We were looking and I found something that we could never have here. You guys literally have houses on the water. Wouldn't that be a way to expand the locations for houses and just put more of them on the water's edge? Like I've seen so many that were like hooked up to a dock and it was just like a floating house. I don't know what
we
you
call
call
them
it.
floating homes. And
Okay.
a buddy of mine is a real estate agent, and he almost sells those exclusively, and they're all over the Portland area. So there are some funky floating home neighborhoods where you have like instead of a garage, you have like your boathouse tied to your main house, and these are modern homes that are on floats, and they're all throughout the Portland area. There are several different communities. One's on Hayden Island. There's some on the Columbia River Slough. There's some on the Willamette River. So they're interspersed, not so much in downtown, but there are a lot of floating homes. So that would be called a what do they call those? Alternative housing types or something. But there's thousands of floating homes, and they're super cool, especially if you're a boater.
I think something's happening. I think Tommy's having a conniption. I don't know what's happening, but it looks
Tommy,
like
can you hear us?
no,
he's talking.
He's on mute. He's on the phone with somebody. Anyways, he'll tell us when he's ready. So I have a question. So, are you nervous, or do
No.
you? Okay.
I'm amazingly relaxed. So I've been through a couple of campaigns before, and this one is a lot different. And I'll tell you why. Number one, I've been through this before. Number two, I've gotten a lot of support, like I said, from this community, the Patriot community, but a lot of my, I grew up here, so a lot of my friends from grade school and high school have really stepped up to the plate. I've got some great ideas. I think I've got some, I come with an outsider viewpoint, so I've gotten used to, all of the exposure. I was interviewed by the local news channel today. So I'm not getting the endorsements that I'd like, but when you consider the source, like the Oregonian and Willamette Week, they didn't endorse me, but I was surprised because my opponents, 3 out of 5 of them don't even show up to even run. And the other one who is running, the guy who's on the council right now, he's not really he's not really dialed in as well as he could be. I don't know if you've seen any of his ads, but if you can pull up some of his ads, he really plays identity politics. He's a self-described Mexican American, which is fine because I'm going to be a candidate for all the people. But he really plays up his identity politics. Like he does his ads from a taqueria, and he has a mariachi band, and he's always playing Mexican music, and he speaks in Spanish. So I guess that's going to get a certain amount of votes. But it's I'm going to be a candidate that's going to represent everybody. And so I don't know that his strategy is going to work, but we'll find out in a little over an hour now. We'll have the first results in.
I mean,
it shouldn't work. It shouldn't be based on race or anything. It should be about the American citizens.
I'm a Jew saying this, and I really mean this. I don't see how you can't win. Christ is literally in your fucking name.
Yeah. Christ, actually, Christopher Christensen. So the second coming of Christ is in my name too, which is kind of funny. But Juan Carlos Gonzalez, he's a good guy. When I've met him, my other candidates, I don't have anything against them personally, but it's a competition, and I plan to beat them. So I'm looking for what are the strengths and what are the weaknesses. And his strengths are, like I said, he's got endorsements, but being endorsed by the Oregon governor is not much of an endorsement. Being endorsed by the lady who held a position before, who quit a year early, isn't much of an endorsement. And, when it comes to campaign financing, I'm financing my own campaign. I don't want people's money. I want their vote. He has over 600 contributors, and a lot of that comes through Act Blue, which is a national Democratic base. Now, we're a nonpartisan race, but he's playing the Democratic card really, really hard to try to get as much of the Democratic base, which in Portland, particularly in Multnomah County, it's the only county in the state of Oregon out of 36 counties that has a majority of Democratic voters. So I really have to be more moderate than, to be able to attract people on both sides. And the way I do that is simple. Like, what are the things that we agree on? Lower taxes, lower fees, better livability, better parks, better fiscal management, more transparency. Those are things that doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on, everybody can agree to. I would say potholes are not partisan, right? Everybody wants the roads fixed. And those are the kind of issues that I'm really trying to focus on for everybody in the community.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
Do
Fiscal management.
do you find that even though you say that everybody wants potholes, do you find that certain people on the other side, just no matter what you do, they just hate you still?
Yeah. I mean, so that's funny you say that, because I've had a couple people, literally say that they're going to sabotage my campaign, and, knock on wood, I haven't really seen that kind of an impact yet. But again, we have to go till November. So today is just kind of a first step. But I hope to be able to reach out to people with good ideas that make sense. And the thing is that if you vote for my opponent, he's just going to be a rubber stamp for the things that have happened. And if you look back, it's the old question in politics: are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? And most people in Portland would say, oh, hell no. We need to make change. And the only way to make change is to get somebody new in office. So I'm a little bit older. I've got a little bit more knowledge about the area. I'm much more independent. I'm much more straightforward, and pragmatic is the word I like to use. So I want to find solutions that actually work, not enabling. And homelessness is a good issue, right? So there's a tax in Oregon, which is coming up, or in the metro area, in 4 years for renewal, which it was supposed to bring in $250 million a year for homelessness. And it actually brought in $330 million. So there's $80 million in excess taxes, which the homeless industrial complex is salivating over. My whole idea with homelessness is in my first 4 years, I want to end homelessness, or, virtually end homelessness. Right now, there's about 30,000 homeless people in the state of Oregon. I want to get that down by, 90%, 75 to 90%. In the first 4 years.
I think it's going to be really hard with when you have like all the drugs that are legal and people can just fentanyl on the street. It's going to be hard to get those people to straighten up and act right. And
yeah, and it's going to take cooperation with law enforcement, which, like I said, we don't do. But here's my thing on that, Clyde. I truly believe in people, right? I believe that people have hard times in their lives and they have challenges. We've all had challenges that we've had to overcome. So I use the term resurrection a lot, is that my program is to resurrect not just people's individual lives, but resurrect the city of Portland. And the answers are fairly straightforward. Like, you got to stop camping on the streets. You got to stop drug use, open drug use. You got to stop crime. And to do that, you need local public officials like the mayor and the chief of police to be able to help, and the district attorney, which we don't have control over, but we're going to have a lot of influence or input on. So we're going to try to take a different approach. The approach right now is one that's like, if you've ever had a friend that's been out of work or on drugs and they come to you and they're like, hey man, can I stay on your couch? And, a day or a weekend, maybe a week or two, that's cool. But if they're there a month and they're drinking and they're smoking and they're not really trying, at some point you become part of the problem by enabling them, right? And that's, in a big picture, that's what the city of Portland and Multnomah County have been doing. Now, there's 3 counties here, and the other counties are doing a better job of it. They've really licked back homelessness, but people move around. So they come into the city of Portland, and that's really the biggest challenge that we have. And they just have this enabling attitude. And the thing is that with $300 million on the line, that provides a lot of government jobs for people who are there to help continue that cycle rather than try to end it. So instead of being an enabler, I want to be a fixer, and I want to be someone who can end the problem, not continue to have it go on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
Tommy, is there something that you could say?
Hey, Josh Merce's car just blew up and caught on fire. And Yeah,
Oh,
I
look,
mean,
no.
obviously,
they're on their way.
obviously they're okay because you're smiling and laughing.
Yeah, they're okay.
Where are they
I'm
at?
not.
What do you mean blew up? That's you shouldn't use words like blew up. That's
Well,
what the hell is that?
oh my God, that's no joke. Oh no. Are they down in Salem or are they up here in Portland?
They were almost to Salem. They're already back home right now, but
Oh
At
no.
least they're not in the car.
Wow. That's no joke. That's on fire. Well, it's funny because when I was driving over here to get set up with you guys, I ran into Ground Zero PDX
look,
and Nico on their scooters down here, kind of near the ice building where I'm at right now. And I'm like, hey, get off the street. And Ground Zero's like, who the fuck is that? And it was me. So they're out there having a good time tonight.
I have something to say about the car, and it's just a joke, everybody. I'm just kidding.
I've
It's
joked around
it's
too
a
much.
it's a little ha ha ha. Now hold on. Is there any way we can figure out how to blame Pam?
Yeah, it's Pam's
Yeah.
fault.
It's Pam's fault. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
I've been saying
I'm
for
joking,
days that
Pam.
shit was gonna
I'm
that shit was
joking.
about to blow up. It was smoking and shit. I think I said it one too many
It was like
times.
a radiator problem. What does that?
I don't know, but that shit. I'm glad they're okay, but bro,
Damn, that's pretty
scary.
bad. I hope they got insurance for that.
They
Chris,
just paid $1,000 for that car. Like, I don't think they're too worried about it.
Chris, what's the first thing you think you're gonna not? I know you probably have things that you want to tackle, but realistically, what do you think the first thing that you're gonna be able to get at least started? If you when you win, you know?
Yeah. Good question. So realistically, and I'm glad you framed it that way, Clyde, because so this job that I'm in, like I said, it's a council with 7 people. It's not like the governor, but you're basically presiding over a council. So what I'd be able to do is to direct the narrative and decide, prioritize really. And there are several important issues, but I want to really prioritize what the issues are. Metro was started back in the late 70s and early 80s with some specific kind of guidelines to it and what's called a charter. And I want to, right now, they've kind of strayed outside of their lane and they do a lot of things that are outside of the original charter. So they've grown and grown and grown. And remember, this is a government level that's above city, above county, below state, below federal. So it's kind of it's like the lettuce in a sandwich. Some people like the lettuce and some people don't. And a lot of people have told me Metro doesn't really even need to exist. But for a lot of good reasons, they do need to have a regional planning body. So I just want to get Metro to stay in its lane, prioritize its finances, prioritize its duties, and to focus on the things that are really important: solving homelessness, reducing taxes, increasing housing affordability, and dealing with transit issues. They also deal with trash and recycling too, which most people don't think about, but those are some of the infrastructure things that have to be managed. And what's happened since we've had a
can we recycle Pam?
Yeah, there you go. Put Pam in the wood chipper. No, but the recycling is an important issue. And since we've had a setback in the economy, believe it or not, there's been less trash brought to the transfer stations. Now, if you think about it, the cost to operate those stations is kind of a fixed cost, right? For the machines and the people and the hours and all that. So when there's less people bringing them in because they pay by the load of trash, then there's less income. So you have a fixed cost and you have a decreasing income, and you've got to make up that gap. So that's a good example of something that's really a need for the region. But there are other things that Metro's gotten into that are less of a need. Now, I'm not saying they're not important, but I'll give you an example. There are 5 arts facilities like concert halls and things that are all in the city of Portland, and Metro manages those, but they're turning over the management of those back to the city of Portland next year. Now, that's something that's already in place, but I think it's a great idea because that's just the kind of thing that Metro doesn't need to be operating things at a deficit. So Metro operates the arts facilities, It operates the Oregon Zoo. It operates the convention center. It operates the expo center, and it operates 20,000 acres of parks and recreation areas. So you have to really prioritize, like if those things are all working at a deficit, there's only two things to do: divest yourself of the assets or come up with more tax revenue to be able to do it. That's how governments make money. They tax people or they formulate bonds. And they did a zoo bond because everybody loves the zoo. There's no doubt about that. But they collected so much money in a tax revenue from a zoo bond that they literally don't know what to do with it. So it's kind of raises the question, like, why does the government run the zoo? And would a private entity like a zoological society, would they do a better job of managing just that asset rather than the government?
Portland has two zoos.
Yeah.
The real zoo and then the one down at that corner.
Yeah, exactly.
There's another zoo.
Well, what's funny is that corner got me active, and then talking to Tommy and some of the other people got me to the point of running. But the nice thing about this particular job is it doesn't really have anything directly to do with federal oversight or ICE or law enforcement or anything like that. But I hope to be able to focus on livability issues and to try to resolve some of those things that are going on one way or the other.
So, as I know you don't have any say so as far as like the rights of any like buildings, like the permits or anything like that, but would you have, I guess knowledge? Would you be in the know about like if they were to get rid of the permit at an ICE building or put something else there or tear it down and make a park right there? Would you know about that sort of thing, or are you completely out of the loop when it comes to anything related to that area? I'm trying to involve you, man. I don't know.
No, good question, good point. So yes and no. Like I said, we don't have any direct control. So we Metro provides kind of general guidance in terms of land use and the types of land use that needs to exist. But what's funny about that building is it seems to have already, we don't see as many cars coming and going, so
No,
I don't even know if it's being used in the same way it was being used 6 months ago. But the biggest issue for me, you look at Nico and look at Shane, they go down there to try to clean up their neighborhood and try to clean up the vandalism and the graffiti, and they get assaulted, right? And yet at the same time, they're not, the city or the county is not doing anything to clean up the graffiti because they're politically aligned with these protesters. And I think that's totally wrong. The city needs to be more neutral in that situation, regardless of the.
Is there any sort of like grants or any sort of money that could help pay for that sort of thing for the citizens to do that?
Yeah, well, that's a great question because both the city of Portland and the county have resources to be able to clean up graffiti. They have whole teams that do that. And in downtown Portland, they do that on a regular basis, but they're not sending anybody down here. They've just completely capitulated to Antifa, and they've given up that, 1 or 2 or 3 city blocks over. As you can see, there's been graffiti and vandalism there that's very offensive, right? Kill this, kill that, F this, F that. When people drive by there, when they're on their way to the restaurants or they're on their way to the South Waterfront, it's a stain on the city. It's a stain on the county. And while it might not have any real direct impact, the government would say, and they think it's, First Amendment rights and all that, it really does have an impact. And it's something that I think just points to the weakness in the city government that we have. So we might not have any direct influence over that, but I'll definitely be able to get on a soapbox and maybe convene a, some kind of a group that can look into that in terms of the livability of the city, because that's other than that happening down there, that is a beautiful growing area. The South Waterfront has been an area where they're talking about building a major league ball field, and there's hotels, there's restaurants, there's beautiful, walkways along the water. It's a beautiful area, except for that 1 or 2 city blocks, which, as Tommy knows, can be very dangerous for certain people in certain conditions. And that shouldn't exist in the United States.
Well, if you ever need an ambassador of skate parks, Tommy would love to be the king of that shit.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking? I want to try to get a few patriots together and go down to the ice facility with some white or tan paint and go and cover up all the graffiti at the ice facility, like on the walls and on the wood. You know, I'm sure they would be fine with us doing that.
Well, you saw that Pam actually complained to the city when Nico went and tried to do that. And I'll tell you a quick story. So this is actually
I'm talking
national.
about directly on the ice building. I'm talking about all the shit that's directly on the ice building.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure they would let us come and paint over it for free, you know?
Yeah, but what would
I think
happen
that
the
would
next
be
day?
good.
I mean,
They would cover it, they would re-tag on it, but it would be the point, you know?
Yeah, so that's a great point. Nico and not Tina Kotex and I actually contacted the people that run that trolley one time a few months ago, and we went down there and got their permission to go down and clean up the thing. And we cleaned up the entire train station at that time. And it wasn't, less than a couple days later that they had gone back in and re-tagged everything. So we did that, and it became sort of futile. And then it went from being futile to being just downright dangerous, because then people came over and attacked us and they wouldn't let us do it. And it led to other confrontations. So I'll give you an example just to kind of sidestep that is this is National Safe Boating Week. So everybody should wear their life jackets when they're out boating. But I had some information from the National Safe Boating Council that I wanted to go out to the parks and the boating ramps to give out to people about wearing your life jacket and being safe around the water. And I couldn't just do that. I had to go to Metro, and I had to get a permit, and I had to go through a committee, and it had to get approved. But there's a process, right? And so the whole reason that I'm running for this office is I was tired of, fighting people in the streets and not getting anywhere except to see, my friends get hurt. So that's why I wanted to try to, step back and take a political, approach to this as best as I could. And I knew how, and that's exactly what this is. So to answer your question, there is a way and there's a process that you can go through the city and the county. And I encourage people to get organized and do it, learn the process. And one thing I'll say about you, Tommy, is I'm really, really impressed. I mean, I've known you now for almost a year, right, since we've been going down. I was down there the first day when you used to be able to go in front of ice. And remember when they had that big Charlie Kirk sign that they put out there, Katie Davis Court was out there, and Honey Badger Mom was out there, and all the old timers were out there just kind of watching what was going on. And I remember that day that you got in that scuffle with that guy and everything that happened. And so we've been around, but I've seen you evolve. When I see you, talk to these people and they bring up these arguments, you've got to the point where you really, you can outthink them. That's what Charlie Kirk did. He was always had a rebuttal that was logical and that made sense. And when you're dealing with people on an emotional level, they don't want to deal with that. They want to attack you, or they want to attack your argument, or they want to call you names. And that really, I think the best thing I've seen you do is just to be able. Well, not only are you incredibly brave in the way you've handled yourself. You've really learned a lot, and you've learned a lot about how to dispel those arguments and to make sense and to try to help people understand that there's a good side and a bad side. But some people just don't want to listen.
Yeah, I've learned to match energy. I'm not so aggressive up front like I was in the beginning. In the beginning, it was different for me because I was just learning, and I was way more like aggressive, and not like physically aggressive, but just like my voice and my words. And I've learned to try to calm down and actually like talk instead of argue. You know what I mean? But
Absolutely. I mean, you're doing things like you're feeding the homeless with pizza, and you guys go out and have patriotic flag waves at other locations. I mean, the thing that really stopped me from going down there is I could not stand Richard and Spider Mike, who I think are reprehensible cretins of people, and burning the American flag. Now, I get it. It's part of their First Amendment right, but it just really pushed me to the point where I didn't want to even literally be around that anymore. So they might think it's cute and fun, and within there, but it's really bullshit. It's really, it's un-American. It's a bad way to approach things. It's not solving anything. And if any of those guys are out there, I hope that my door will be open to them when they're ready to have a reasonable discussion.
Oh.
I mean, Mike and I are, have some things in common. He has diabetes. I have diabetes. He's an old dude. I'm an old dude. So we've got things in common, and I'd like to think that we have. Well, I don't know about this, but we have some things in common, and maybe that would be a good starting point rather than focusing on the name calling and the flag burning and the violence. None of that stuff is going to go very far and make any sense.
No.
I don't know if you know this, Chris, but I actually called Portland police about you. There was a night that you went down there and you got attacked.
Yeah,
there was a couple of them.
Yeah, the last time that you got attacked, I called the non-emergency Portland Police Department live on my stream on your behalf, and I'm like, I just watched a guy, an older gentleman get fucking attacked. You need to go out there right fucking now.
Yeah, they call me
Iceman is
grandpa.
not an older gentleman. He is still a young man. You respect his identity.
Thank you.
He identifies as 21 years old, and you will respect it.
I still feel like I'm 21, even though I'm a little older. But I remember that day. So Tommy was on his two block restriction, and Pam had come down, and they had set up a little stage across from Ice, and Pam was getting ready to talk, and Tommy looks at me, he's like, "Here, take my megaphone and go down there," and I'm like, "Okay."
Stop that shit.
So I go down there, and I'm like, stand right in front of Pam, and I'm like, resistance is futile, blah, 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 blah. And that's when I think you're talking about that I got attacked, because my phone got knocked down, I got knocked to the ground, and they surrounded me pretty quickly and took my hat, hit me in the head, and I wasn't really physically hurt, but it's shocking. And when your adrenaline is rushing, when you're in a crowd of a mob really of angry people, you don't know what's going to happen. And there have been several times like that. Shane and I had some girl come up, and the little girl in black bloc come up and assault us, and Antifa's threatened many times to like I said, to pull up some of that footage to kind of sabotage my campaign, and I welcome them to it. I mean, if it comes to that.
I made a video today you should watch. It's all about that.
Yeah, I want to see that.
We're interrupting our guest.
Well, no, I'm talking way too much. But one thing I was going to ask you to do, Clyde, that I forgot to, if you look up Juan Carlos Gonzalez and look him up on YouTube, or this is the guy I'm running against. I mean, without saying anything, I'll just say, pull up one of his campaign ads and run it here and let people decide, if this is the kind of guy that they want to have run their region. Because I'm actually surprised at how far he's pushed identity politics, and that might work in some communities. I guess, we'll find out in about 45 minutes. But I was surprised that he wasn't trying to be more inclusive, because I mean, my whole thing is I've got to be inclusive of everybody, and I mean everybody in this entire region. And the more I campaigned, actually, the more voices I listen to, and the more I understand, people's points of view, and that's really the important thing. So to go back to your question, like, what would be the first thing I would do? The first thing I would do is, like I said, set priorities, but really listen. I really want to listen to the counselors about what's important to their individual districts. I want to listen to the people. I want to get people more involved in the process, and I want to listen to the individual cities and agencies to find out what's important. Now, I can pretty much guess what's important right now, but it's a matter of trying to put solutions in place rather than, build more committees and talk more about it. The talking is over. The committees are over. Now it's time to implement solutions and to make changes. And I'm afraid that if we don't put somebody new in that office, we're just going to kind of go mamby-pamby down the same road we're on without any real, positive solutions.
All right, I got a video here. Can you see it?
Yeah, let's play that.
I'm Juan Carlos Gonzalez, and I think Portland Metro should work like our best taquerias. Affordable, belonging, competitive, and the tacos aren't bad either.
You racist sons of bitch.
I'm Juan Carlos Gonzalez, and I approve this message.
Nah, we gotta get rid of that guy.
That's my competition.
I'm so sorry. I think you're gonna win.
I mean, that's the guy I'm running against. And actually, you know, I don't knock his Mexican heritage, but interestingly enough, his parents were from Mexico. He was born in America. So he's a full-blooded, you know, red-blooded American. And the fact that he would, you know, play that kind of identity politics to me is interesting. In fact, one of the interviews we had with a local newspaper called Willamette Week, he actually made the comment that there's too many white people in Oregon, and I let it go. I mean, it's not gonna ruffle my feathers, but I was surprised that the newspaper actually continued to give him their endorsement. And what they used to do is they used to play the YouTube of the entire interview. And they didn't play that in this case. So I thought they were sort of sweeping that comment under the rug, and I called them out on it. But Willamette Week is, you know, a sort of a leftist newspaper here, sort of an alternative newspaper for Portland.
Yeah.
And you know, they did publish some good news articles on the city of Portland, so I don't want to bash them, but in this particular case, you know, they're endorsing someone without really giving me the full benefit of the doubt. If it were looked at as a debate, I would think that I won the debate. So, I mean, you can see right there, I mean, I would never run it. Like, if I ran that ad about him, I would be lambasted as, you know, a racist and blah, 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 blah.
Oh, your campaign would be over.
He hasn't even figured out not to talk with his mouth full yet.
I don't like him. I don't like him just because he talked with his mouth with food in it.
I will say this: I don't want to paste him in a bad light. He's actually a very nice guy. He's a young man. He's old enough to be my son. He's got a young daughter, which is another thing. You know, this is a job that's not going to be a 40-hour-a-week job. He represents one district, one of 6 districts right now. To represent the entire area is going to be like a 7-day-a-week, 10 to 12. I mean, there's committees and meetings and jobs and things that need to be done on a regular basis. So I'm past the point in life where I have a family to raise and I have other obligations. I can focus 110% of my energy and effort onto this job for the next 4 years. And I plan to do that because I care so much about the region. And, you know, again, I believe in the people of Portland and I believe in the metro region, but it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of focus. And if you've got a 6-month-old daughter at home, you know, and you've got a wife, you know, you're going to have obligations like birthdays and parties and, you know, all kinds of other things that are going to draw you away or distract you in some respect from the primary goal of this job. It's a big job, and I really feel like I'm more up for it than he is, even though he's already representing one district in the council.
You want me to play this other one?
Yeah, you definitely are.
Let's play
let's see the
I
other one.
already voted for you.
You can say I'm biased, but I think the world's best taquerias are right here. I'm Councilor Juan Carlos, and that might be why I'm running for Metro President. They're not just taquerias. They're everything Portland Metro should be.
What is this
A
dude's
great meal
obsession
everyone
with
can afford.
taquerias?
That's how our whole region should work. Every walk of life. Same table. That's belonging.
Hey, I think that lady yelled at you at a flag wave the other week.
What?
I think that's the same lady, maybe.
Probably.
That's that's.
What is his obsession with taquerias?
No say. I don't know.
No,
but
speak English.
I got a good. I got a good question for you. You haven't been doing the campaign for a couple like 6 months, maybe?
No, not even that. I started March 12th. He started September 11th last year.
What have you learned since you started?
I've learned that there are a lot of important challenges. I've learned that people in this region are at their wits' end in terms of affordability, which directly relates to taxes and fees. But at the same time, people in this metro region have an incredible resilience. They have a unique character of just being, I mean, Portland is a totally cool place to live. It's got great neighborhoods, but people are stretched. You know, they're stretched on their housing costs. They're worried about their jobs because the economics of the region have seen jobs and companies go away. Business owners are really having a struggle because they have high costs and fees, and they can't really rely on the police in many cases to provide the law enforcement and security that they need. So just overall, while there's a lot of challenges, like I said, there's a lot of hope. And, I'm very optimistic that I can get in and fix that, but it's going to take a lot of cooperation, and it's going to take, a different direction than the direction we're on. The direction we're on is kind of, let's go the same path, and basically let's tax people more and let's spend more money on a problem that we're really not solving. And my solution is, let's end the taxes, let's end the support, let's come up with solutions that work, and let's get Portland back to the way it was. There was a politician back in the 70s, a guy named Tom McCall, who was a trendsetter, and he was a Republican, but he was progressive, and he basically, made the balance between livability and economics. And that's a really important thing that I take today, which is trying to make livability in this great place to live, but also make it economically viable for people to live. And that's really the challenge that we've got. And what's happened is government has just burgeoned, right? Government is taxing more, and there's more levels of government. So we need to try to get things back under control, get spending under control, give people the chance for greater prosperity through their business or their jobs. We need to do job training. And the other thing is that I'm an independent, so I don't have the same sort of Trump derangement syndrome that a lot of local politicians have from the federal level on down. And it's really hurting the region because they don't realize that things like, the Trump accounts and no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security. There's something now with Pell Grants that the government's rolling out. So instead of giving people Pell Grants for traditional education, like going to college, they're giving it to them to go to trade and vocation schools so we can get more people into trades, because we need people, we need electricians, we need plumbers, we need welders, we need the kind of people that can build us out of this situation. And those are federal programs that we should be promoting. When it comes to immigration, every city here in Portland, because we're a sanctuary state, they're like, oh, let's hide you. Let's give you money to hide, and you can all live in your houses, and you don't have to go to school or work, and we'll bring your groceries to you. What they should be doing is saying, hey, here's the legal path to citizenship, and we're going to try to help you go back to your country with this money to be able to help you to start the process to come to America legally. And Tommy, you said this a million times, and I share this viewpoint, is we love immigrants. We have no problem with immigrants, but to have somebody come in here illegally and to take a position, or a number of people, take positions, it hurts our education, it hurts our workforce, it hurts our housing, it hurts us in just as many ways as it helps us. Now, I'm not
and it rewards criminal
anti-immigrant.
activity. It rewards breaking the law. It rewards somebody for coming into our country illegally and then just giving them jobs. Like, why reward? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And to have the people that make the laws break the laws, how much sense does that make?
Yeah, exactly. No, I don't think you should. Honestly, it's probably a controversial opinion, but I don't think you should be not born in America. I think you should have to be born in America, an actual American citizen, to be in any kind of governmental office.
Yeah, so that brings up a really good point. And I go back to what I said earlier about you, Tommy, is I've really watched you grow in how you articulate your ideas. You're still, knockout Tommy 2.0, and we love that side of you. But when I see you talk to people on a reasonable basis, you come up with a lot of, very common sense ideas. And one thing about this job, and any job in government, right? Like, there's specific things that the city does at the city level. There's specific things the county does at the county level. There's specific things that the state does at the state level. There's specific things the federal government does at the federal government level. And Oregon is one of the most independent states. When the Constitution was formed, just in a nutshell, it said the federal government's got this much, latitude on how people run their lives. The state governments have much more latitude on how they run. And Oregon has been unique in so many different ways. Love it or leave it, sanctuary policies is just one example where, it's up to the states on how they run that. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to stay outside of my lane and start talking about law enforcement or federal government or those kinds of programs unless I can implement them at the regional level, because my job is to focus on regional politics, regional housing, regional land use, regional transit, regional, waste recovery. We need to build a bridge across the river. We want to be involved in that. And there's a lot of important things that Metro President can guide the discussion on, and also not get it distracted by other things that take time, effort, and money.
Yep.
Are we getting close? If people want, be quiet for a second. If people want to check out the results and keep track of everything, is there a website they can go to and see what the results are?
Just Google Oregon Secretary of State election results, and they got a whole page at the Oregon Secretary of State. So what'll happen is the first results come in at 8, the second results come in at 10, the next results come in at midnight, and then they're not going to have results until, like, I think Friday.
Gotcha.
The election results aren't official for like another 2 weeks. So because we're a mail-in vote state, so everybody that mailed their votes in today, those still have to be counted. So there's going to be more and more votes coming in. So what I'm looking for today is I'm looking for those initial numbers, and I don't need to win, but I can be in first or second place as long as the first place guy, Juan Carlos, I'm assuming he'll be first place. I don't know. Maybe I'll be first place, hopefully. But if he doesn't get more than 50% of the vote, then, you know, it's a whole new ball game, and I really have to restructure for November. So it's going to be a whole different approach after today, depending on the results of the primary.
I got an ignorant question from someone who doesn't live in your state. Is there that many Mexicans for his technique to work? Is there that much of a Hispanic population?
There's a very big Hispanic population in Portland.
Yeah, I would agree with what Tommy said. Whether it's big enough, I don't know, but you know, it's double-digit percentage, right? So, and it's not just, you know, it's not just Hispanic; it's immigrants overall. I mean, there's a very strong immigrant culture in Oregon, and that's what's great. I mean, it makes our city vibrant, it makes our city and community great. But when you start to segregate people out by their identity politics, whether it's Hispanic Americans or Asian Americans or BIPOC Americans or LGBTQ Americans, I mean, you start to, you know, you're pitting people against one another. And, you know, we all, again, I'm going to say it again, everybody needs to work together. And I'll give you an example. A friend of mine has a very successful film business here. He rents out film and cameras to people that come to Portland to do like television or movies, right? He was involved in an Academy Award winning or Academy Award nominated for Best Picture movie recently called Train Dreams. And he runs some very successful business here, and he's really challenged. But the film and television industry has a lot of creative people in it that come from very diverse backgrounds, and I'm a big supporter of that kind of business because, you know, in old Tom McCall things, his motto was "Welcome to Oregon, now go home." Well, if we can get film and television production companies to come to Oregon and do their filming and use our great locations and use our great talent and use our great business resources and film a great television show or a series or you know, something for Netflix or Amazon or a feature-length movie, and then when they wrap that pursuit, you know, they go home, right? They take it back to Los Angeles or wherever they're from. Now, Oregon's in competition with places like New Jersey and Austin, and obviously, you know, Canada and obviously Hollywood, but we can bring in a significant amount of film and television business. So that's something I want to grow, that kind of business. Another business that's really successful in Oregon is tourism, right? Tourism is huge, and we have some amazing hotels and restaurants and local things that people come to. Believe it or not, Portland is still it's a highly desirable location for people to come to. So what we need to do is we need to beat down that reputation that, hey, you know, it's unsafe or there's a lot of drug use. You know, we need to fix that so that more and more people come here because again,
because it is unsafe and there is a lot of drug use.
Yeah, but if you go to the outlying areas and you stay in some of the, I mean, there's so many nice hotels and there's so many really cool parts of the metro area in particular that, that you're right, that there is problems, but it's also really cool. And there's a very cool counterculture vibe. There's a very active music scene. I mean, I'm an old dude and I went to a Led Zeppelin concert, which was a Led Zeppelin tribute at a place called the Get Down a couple weeks ago. And it was seriously like one of the best concerts I've ever been to. If anybody sees Legend Zeppelin come to their city, check out Legend Zeppelin because they are amazing.
Actually, you know, Portland, Oregon is a staple for professional wrestling too. The
Oh,
Portland, Oregon
Ice
Pro
just
Wrestling
snatched
goes.
somebody up
Oh, nice.
at the
Portland,
ice facility.
Portland, Oregon wrestling goes
Oh,
way back to
slammed
the
them hella
70s.
hard.
Did they? You want to cut to that?
Let me see.
You guys,
You guys want?
What do you want? Why
You
don't
guys
you
want
put
to
it
watch
up?
it?
Why don't you put it
Tommy
up
said somebody got
since
cuffed
you're
at the
not
ice
even paying
facility.
attention?
I am. I was listening. I'm very.
No, I
yeah,
was
we've
talking about
got.
Tommy. I was talking to Tommy.
No,
Oh.
I'm paying attention.
I see you.
I can multitask.
Hey, this fucking.
Cly, you
this-
want to talk about wrestling? I can do that all day long. Portland wrestling.
Don't say
When I
that.
was a kid, it was a
No.
huge thing.
I mean, if you guys want to talk about wrestling,
you
I
know-
can go take a nap.
Do you know a guy he's about 6'7"? He's got long, stringy blonde hair. He's kind of a overweight guy. His name is Jason Sullivan. He's a staple in Portland in indie wrestling. I worked with him quite a bit in Texas. He lived here too. Sorry, let's see this.
Oh, there we go. No, but I remember like Jake the Snake and Jimmy Snuka and Andre the Giant and oh my God, who's the guy who? Oh my God, I forget my favorite wrestler. His name is escaping me now. Who's the blonde-haired guy? You know who I'm talking about.
Watch.
Hulk Hogan?
Watch. Here he goes.
Hulk Hogan?
No.
Look, watch.
Ric
They
Flair?
slam his ass.
Oh,
Look.
they came out of the side gate there.
Oh.
Look, watch.
Oh, well.
Bam!
Damn.
Oh,
Where did that come from?
him,
This was right now?
get him, boys!
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just right now.
Where are those cops? Where have they been for the last 9 months?
They came out of the
Get
side
him,
gate there.
boys!
Well, the guy was doing something on the gate, so they've. I would say that ICE has really changed their tactics. They've been a lot less aggressive than they were last summer. Would you agree with that, Tommy? But
Yeah,
they still have their limits.
Less people out there, but they still have their limits. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
the
think it's
problem
only
is
going to get more aggressive as the summer comes along.
Yeah, what do you
You
think?
know?
What do you think's going to happen there this summer? Are they going to have no kings and
Somebody
shit?
just called them a race trader. Somebody just called them race traders.
who, me?
No, on here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so what's going to happen is if they don't do anything, the same stuff's going to go on and on. We've seen that there's periodic protests, but there's the same group of kind of ne'er-do-wells that go down there and think they're protesting and using their First Amendment rights. What I think they should have done a long time ago is put a curfew in front of that building.
Yeah.
And the other thing, now one thing that Metro does is we control affordable housing dollars. And one thing, there's been a lot of waste, fraud, and abuse that's been uncovered in Portland lately in affordable housing. So they're paying these executives big money from taxes to go to Hawaii, and yet they're not filling up the units that they have for people to fill up. And one company that they haven't really gotten to yet is Reach, which runs a building that is across the street. And we know some people that live in that building. And while it's a great building and I've been inside of it, the fact that they don't enforce the laws around their building for loitering really has contributed to the problem. So we just need to get people who are already in a position to do something, to do what they need to do, rather than to say, oh, well, I agree with this political position, so I'm going to turn the other cheek and I'm going to let them vandalize and ruin and assault people and take shelter in my area when they're not really protesting. And that's going to at least be, called attention to. And I want to come up with solutions. Ideally, we could find something that would make, the Frog Brigade and Pam and Spider Mike and Richard, be happy and go away. But I don't know what that is because they haven't said what that is. They just want to perpetuate the problem rather than come up with solutions. And part of the whole reason I ran, because number one, Tommy wouldn't run, is to try to find solutions.
Yeah.
Well, if I know it's not your position in Metro, but if you were to be asked what you think should happen as far as not just the ICE building, but the whole Antifa presence, like today, Tommy and them were damn near attacked. I thought you were going to have to knock out that dude. Tommy, for real, I thought you were going to have to knock out the skinny liberal Santa guy. I thought Josh was gonna headbutt the fuck out of him. What do you do about not just the ice building, but just the presence of all these anti-American clowns who seem to not be even allowed to, for a moment, have somebody that thinks differently than them?
Well, so that's a good question. And the first thing I wouldn't do is I wouldn't try to, squash anybody's First Amendment rights. We have to live within the tenets of the Constitution, including the First Amendment. And even though there's several things that are covered under free speech and freedom of assembly that I don't necessarily agree with the methods, we have to honor that as part of our national Constitution. Now, having said that, there's a line and there's a difference between freedom of assembly and vandalism. There's a line, where you're assaulting people, and I think that Tommy's freedom of speech has been taken away, and unfairly, because other people have had similar types of situations, and yet they haven't been given the same restrictions. So the fact that Tommy can't go within 2 to 3 blocks is really impeding on his number one, right to free speech and right to assembly. Now, whether that's good or bad, I don't know. Whether Tommy wants to hire a federal civil rights attorney, I don't know. But I will say that, again, I've got to stay in my line at Metro, so I'm going to focus on things that I can do to make it a great place to live and to reduce taxes and increase livability. But I'm really disappointed that the feds haven't come in, whether it's Pam Bondi or Christy Nome or Kash Patel or any of those people haven't really come down with any solutions. They've just kind of let Portland sort of, stew in its own misery. And they need to be more proactive about solutions rather than just perpetuate the challenges.
Yep.
I mean, why can't they send down the graffiti crew that they send downtown to clean up graffiti over to, Bond Street? Why can't they? And I've talked to people who work like at the new Tesla facility. I've talked to people who, live in the apartment building. I've talked to people who know the guy that has the auto shop across the street. Obviously the school had to shut down. I mean, they've had some significant impacts there. While at the same time, the chief of police says, "Oh, there's nothing to see here. It's only one city block." And the whole city.
ICE.
Yeah,
It's
the whole
crazy.
Democratic. Yeah. I mean, the whole Democratic Socialist City Council, we increased Portland City Council from 7 to 12 members, thinking that they would have more solutions and better representation. And it's just gotten to be more of a quagmire than anything. They're not coming up with solutions, and they're just spending more money. We're at a huge deficit in Portland, which is only one city under the metro purview, but they're talking about cutting fire and police, of all things, and job training, the one things that we need, instead of cutting, administrative jobs at the top. And I could name a few, but there's a lot of executive positions that are less critical to the needs of the citizens than law enforcement and fire protection and and roads. Fixing the roads. They recently implemented a new tax of $12 per month for everybody's utility tax to fix the roads. Now, are we going to fix the roads? I don't know. I haven't seen any new road crews out, but they definitely started the tax, and people are already paying it.
Yeah.
When you don't forget the little people when you're having dinner at Mar-a-Lago, okay?
Yeah, I've never been to
shit.
Mar-a-Lago, but I used to live in Florida, so I know it well.
So I want to get you out of here before the turn of the hour so you can pay attention to your results, because I know you probably got a setup.
I'm so tired right now too.
No, so
I've been out and about all fucking day.
Okay, so Chris, final thoughts. What do you want people to know about you and about the race and about just your goals for Oregon? Just what, like, if you want to say something, floor is yours.
So it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Today is just one step. If I get past today successfully, then it's on to November, and it's going to be a head-to-head race. You've seen what my competitor is doing right now, and like I said, I don't want to disparage him. He's a nice guy personally, and I've enjoyed talking to him and debating with him. But I still think I'm better for the position. And I want to first go back and just say thank you to everybody here on this space for even people who don't agree with me that provide me with input on, what they think or what they don't think. But so many people have been so supportive. I've gotten a lot of people today that sent me pictures saying, hey, I voted for you. And a lot of people here have more influence than they know that they have. So you might not live here in the area, but you might know somebody or have friends or people that you talk to on X or Facebook or Instagram. So we got to keep that momentum going. It's going to be a whole new ball game as we go into November. So I'm just gonna, we're just gonna keep the pressure on and try to make Portland a great place to live again. I was gonna say before we go, and I don't mind if we stay till 8, but I know you guys want to cut out because we'll know the initial results will be made in like 10 minutes. But do you have any questions from the chat? Anybody in the chat want to ask any questions, Clyde or Tommy?
Let me see.
Any questions? Any questions for Iceman?
How long is the term? So like you win. How long are you Metro President?
4
and
years.
4 years.
4 years.
Okay,
4
and
years starting in January of next year.
Is that a one year done, or can you?
You can rerun, so you can run a maximum of 2 terms, so it'd be a total of 8 years.
Okay, my chat wants to know, did you know?
Yeah, did I know? I do know. Yes, I do know.
He knows. We knew that
Well,
question
no,
was coming.
How can I not know? Knowing Tommy, how can I not know?
I can imagine. I can imagine how much of a personal, struggle it is to keep everything straight. You must have extreme organizational skills to run for this sort of thing. Is it hard to run for this?
Well, not yet. It's actually been a real enjoyment because like I said, I've got a lot more support this time than I've had before. And I will tell you, my secret weapon has been that I didn't have in my previous campaign was AI. And a lot of people have seen, my posters and stuff. I produce that myself. I do all the content myself. And I've had a lot of fun because I can come up with just an idea off the wall and put something in AI together and post it on all my social media. So I'm actually going to go back and do kind of a conglomeration. I did one that was pretty funny that had like my advisory team, and I had like I had President Reagan and George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and the Pope and Martin Luther King Jr. and all these like characters from history, all these great, Benjamin Franklin. They were Margaret Thatcher. So they were Winston Churchill. They were all in my my advisory team, and it looks like we're all sitting around a table talking about ideas. So I've just had a really good time. And AI and social media. In 2020, Elon Musk didn't own X. It was Twitter at that time, and they really throttled all my social media. Now that's not the case. So I think I've been able to get my message out, a lot more this time than before.
Can we make Chachi the? Oh, go ahead.
Are you gonna come to our flag wave on Sunday?
Yeah, I'm planning on it. Sunday is Memorial Day, so it's funny you say that because I ran into a guy last week. I run into great people who give me great ideas, and I ran into this guy at one of the safe voting things I was doing last week at one of the Metro properties, and he comes up to me, and he had already voted, but he was a veteran, and we started talking about the there's a Veterans Memorial in Washington Park that's right by the zoo, and a really sad story. He was a veteran in Vietnam, and his younger brother was a veteran too, who lost his life sadly in Vietnam, and his name is sketched on that wall in the Oregon Veterans Memorial. So I plan to spend some time at the Veterans Memorial on Memorial Day, but I definitely have the flag wave on my calendar as well.
Sunday, 2:00.
Yes, sir.
I'm planning on being there for minimum of a few hours. So I'm expecting a lot of people to show up. So it's going to be. I think you should come and shake hands and meet people.
Yeah, if you're there, obviously a lot of people are going to show up. You're a leader, Tommy. You've got a lot of charisma, and I've always been impressed by how you are able to lead people and how strong your personality is. And I hope you can channel that into something that really works for you, not just in the short term, but in the long term, because I think a lot of people would agree that you're a pretty amazing dude, and you're still young. And I hope that, what you're learning now is something that will benefit you for the remainder of your life, and you'll find a way to really channel that where it really makes you and your wife and your family happy. You're a great dude.
Thank you. I'm learning every day I learn more and more, you know, so that's all I can ask for.
We've had a few moments. I've had to extricate you. I've had to pull up in the Batmobile and pick you up from. I remember one time down by the park, I had to pick you up, and you had like 50 teepers trading you, and they were just about to pounce. And I'm like, get in. You're like, no. And I'm like, get in. You're like, okay. And we got you the hell out of there.
We needed to.
Oh,
I hate the feeling of them feeling like they won, that they're making me leave. You know, so it was hard for me to get past my pride and like my you know, fuck these people. But at the same time, my safety should come first at this point because we know they want to cause bodily harm.
I have a weird question. As someone who's not Tommy and just like an onlooker looking on, what's it like being out there when he's being attacked? Is it like like the temperature changes and a whole show starts? Like, what's it like watching him? It's weird for you because it's you, but I wonder what it's like being someone else watching you.
I'm like everybody else, like I'll be at home on the couch and I'll turn on YouTube and there'll be Tommy with this mob chasing him. And I just learned a long time ago that I'm 10 minutes away from this. I'm not in Florida or in Texas or halfway across the country. I'm right there, and so I can't not go down there and support, you know, my friends and people that I share beliefs with. But at the same time, I don't want to exacerbate violence. And I know there's been a lot of controversy with some of the things like Honey Badger Mama says and Black Conservative BCP have said, but I think they have a certain amount of common sense. It's like, we're not there to be violent. We're not going to solve the problems. We're not going to mix it up. We've got to come down there with a purpose, and everybody contributes in a different way. So I don't necessarily agree with everything that was said, but it taught me to put the megaphone away, to not be so controversial, to not try to mix it up with people. And I've really tried to find common ground with people that I can.
You know what I've learned is there's a time to be all of those things. Sometimes you're going to be cordial and upfront. Other times you're going to be controversial and more outspoken and loud. It just depends on what you're receiving from the people that you're trying to deal with. Is what I've learned, you know?
Yeah. And when you're a politician or you're in your situation, Tommy, as you've learned, you know, half the people are going to be with you and half the people are going to be against you. And you just got to try to find that middle road and that middle ground to make things work for what it is you're trying to do. Now, I know you guys want to go, but we're 3 minutes away.
We don't want to keep you. If you want to stay on for the open results, we would love to do that. I mean, I know Tommy's tired, but I mean,
let's stay on for a couple more minutes, Clyde. If you can pull up the Oregon Secretary of State website,
let me see if I can do that.
Like a local TV channel. I don't have the resources to pull it up right now while I'm on the stream, but if you can pull it up, they're probably going to have results here like straight up at 8 o'clock. So maybe we can dial in on that, and it'll also help to determine. Tommy, I know you've been a big supporter of David Medina, and my heart's with Medina. But and same with Jonathan Lockwood, but they're like me, we're all running these uphill battles. So this vote count, which we're going to see in a couple minutes, is going to really be the tail of the tape, so to speak, right? Like
K2 News, is that one? It says upcoming.
You can do that. They should have election results here coming up. It might be a while. Okay. I don't know if you can flash it on the screen, but that would be good. They probably have a your voice, your vote kind of thing. One of those major channels. I guess I was on Channel 8 today. I went down to Channel 8, which is a local NBC affiliate, and I got interviewed by one of their reporters in their studio today, but I haven't seen the interview yet. And it really doesn't matter because, you know, the interview comes out at the 5 o'clock news and the polls close at 8 o'clock. So,
all right. So this is live, and it just says this, and I'm just waiting.
Dun, 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 dun. What do you guys have to say? Any more questions from you guys or the chat? While we're waiting 2 minutes.
I'm going to show you something scary. Look.
You know, and then all of a sudden, apartments are coming around everywhere around me.
It was Earlobe Boy.
Boy, didn't he? I remember the early days when Will was just a loyal follower, and you know, he was on the team. Boy,
he was pretending.
It's amazing how, you know, people change their allegiances, and it's really too bad in Will's case because he, I think he really overreacted. But it is what it is.
He's still losing his mind.
Yeah, and
I-
those
He's
are
a
the kind of things.
pathological liar, and I should
I
have
mean-
never let him into the group in the first place.
I guess I have an unrelated question. Go ahead. Finish what you were going to say.
No, Go
Don't
ahead.
cuss at me. Just,
Go ahead. What's your question,
I
Claude?
got asthma, bro, and it's
Okay. Just a general question. Who do you think is going to be the Democrat ticket for president in 2028?
oh god.
The Democrat. God, I don't know. You know, it could be Gavin Newsom, which is most people have their money on him, which I don't see how he can do it. But, you know, he's got the look, so to speak. It could be Kamala coming back. It could be Pete Buttigieg. Who knows? It could be Hillary Clinton.
It could be a drunk and a bartender. AOC,
Yeah, all right.
AOC, and
8 o'clock here, so let's see what happens.
MAGA wants to know if you can define what a woman is.
Yeah, a woman is a biological woman that doesn't have a rot pocket, so that's pretty much what a woman is. Right?
It's XX chromosomes and no rot pocket.
Oh, we got something. I did not do that.
It's coming up. So they're going to probably run the governor first.
Of K2 News on your
Here we go.
Come on,
Thanks for joining
David.
us for the special primary night edition of
Come
K2
on,
News.
Red.
I'm Reich.
Hold on.
Tonight, K2's
Chat, can you hear it?
Tracking the important races in the
I
open
can't.
primary. Ballot drops are now closed. Results should start coming in very shortly.
Paulie, can you hear it?
For you tonight, taking an in-depth look at the Republican primary for governor, along with the referendum.
One of our
on
viewers
gas
said he just
tax. We're
voted
gonna
for
start
you.
With K2 Shelby
Nice.
Slaughter at a ballot drop site in Southeast Portland. Shelby, those ballot boxes are now closed.
Ryder Chronicles, what's up, brother?
Yeah, right, and you can see behind
Hey,
me,
Ryder.
the string of
Hey,
people
Ryder.
that
Hey,
are working
Chachi.
for the elections office
We love
that
you,
are
bro.
walking away from the ballot
He's
boxes
Chachi's a good
because
boy.
you can't drop off your ballot anymore. And when they say those ballot boxes close at 8, they mean 8. Now, according to the Multnomah County Elections Office, we're at about 25% for voter turnout here in the county, which I'm told is pretty standard.
Oh,
for
I voted for
primary
another
elections.
vote.
As a state,
I
we're
voted
just
for
about a
Iceman.
smidge higher
Nice.
at roughly 26%. Tim Scott, the Multnomah County Elections Director, tells me updates are going to keep coming.
It's up as loud as I can get
We
it.
anticipate releasing
I can hear it.
about 50
Yeah.
to 60% of the total.
25% is low. It should end up around 31 to 34%.
Keep counting.
And we are expecting to get more results here minute by minute. It looks like someone's trying to drop off their ballot right here at this ballot box.
Sorry,
but
buddy.
again, they are closed. So right
It's
now,
8:01.
updates here really
They should watch it and see if the guy takes it. If he takes it,
I think it's a fair enough trade-off for us. It's just the timing of this.
Controversial transportation tax increases are now in the hands of the voters, and those votes are being counted. We'll soon find out if the state's gas tax will jump by 6 cents to help fund ODOT and fix Oregon roads. K2's Vasily Varlamos is live at a gas station in Northeast Portland for us. Vasily, the first results are just about to come in. We'll check in just a moment. But explain what a yes or no vote means for drivers.
yeah, I got gas today. It was $5.39 a gallon.
Vote would obviously mean that the state's gas taxes and vehicle fees would remain the same. It wouldn't result in any immediate service cuts. That's because lawmakers moved money around earlier this year to solve ODOT's immediate budget crisis. But the agency says it's facing a long-term structural deficit, and it would make long-term funding issues at ODOT tougher to solve. They say material costs are rising, and the dollars coming in from the current gas tax are not keeping up as more people drive electric vehicles. Its passage would provide some relief for ODOT. The extra consistent funding would make those future budget gaps easier to fill for lawmakers in 2027. But it comes at a time as gas prices across the nation are skyrocketing, and some drivers feel that is going to swing the way people feel.
That's not me, it's them. I have everything up all the way, chat.
Probably when they wrote
You have to
this
turn
bill,
it
they
up
didn't
yourself.
See this coming down.
The federal government's trying to put in a fee for electric vehicles now to offset the lower gas
I wouldn't be
use.
surprised if, because of the current situation, that people will react to that as opposed to this could get back to normal.
Now, to recap, along with raising the state's gas tax by 6 cents, the approval of Measure 120 would raise most registration fees from $86 to $172, jump title fees from $77 to $216, and the state's payroll tax would go from 0.1 to 0.2% until 2028. Now, this funding would only be able to be used for road maintenance and operations, things like filling potholes, fixing roads and bridges, and paying the people to do the work. Now, we'll have some of those results coming up in just a few minutes, or possibly coming up here in just a little bit. We'll have more on that coming up soon, but right back to you.
Celia Varlamos, thanks. We do have our first results in. This is Measure 120 on your ballot. You can see 82% of voters so far saying no, an overwhelming rejection of those new taxes and fees at this moment. 82% on Measure 120 to increase the taxes and fees for ODOT are voting no. We also have some results from the governor's race. We're going to start on the Democratic side with Governor Tina Kotek running for re-election, and you can see there 85% of the vote. Not really a surprise there. She will cruise to that November race as she runs for re-election. The big question is, who will she face on the Republican side? Here's a look at those results. 44% of voters right now are voting in favor of Christine Drazen, 81,600 votes. Roughly second place, Ed Deal, with 31% of votes, 56,000 votes. Chris Dudley coming in third there at 16%. The big result here, Christine Drazen right now with 44% of the vote.
Oh, David, man, we miss you, bro. David.
We're going to go right out to Christine Drazen's campaign right now. Christina Giardelli is there. Have they seen those results? What's the atmosphere like there?
You know, it doesn't seem like anyone's looking just this minute. They did promise us to update us here on the stage as soon as that first dump of votes comes in. So I imagine that could happen any second now. But the excitement has been high. And of course, what we're seeing so far, as you mentioned, just very early results. What we're seeing so far has lined up with what the polls have told us. And it looks like things are quieting down a little bit. So they may be announcing some of those first results here shortly. We'll keep an eye out for that. But as I mentioned, the results that you're seeing so far, they do line up with what the polls have said, showing Drazen, of course, in the
Can
lead
she beat Tina?
Candidates Ed Deal, Chris Dudley.
No, Tina and her go to a runoff in November.
This is, of course,
But she beats Deal and Dudley and Medina.
For Republican governor, it's something that we haven't seen in a long time. We also
So I got some results here from Metro Council as well.
The Democrats since the 1980s. It's going to, of course, be an interesting.
Can you take the volume down on this, Kalai?
I already did.
So I just got the preliminary results, and we got some work to do. Remember, this is preliminary. There's only been 159,000 votes counted, but my Juan Carlos has 65% of the vote. Chris Christensen has 15.75,
wow.
And the next guy has 10.61. So I've got about 16%. The third guy has, so I'm second place, but if we don't get Juan Carlos down below 50%, he's going to walk away with this, and it's all for naught. So that's a little bit disappointing. It's not quite what I expected it to be, but we'll see what happens. There's still a lot of votes out there, but that preliminary number, 65% for Juan Carlos Gonzalez, 16% for Chris Christensen, that could be the seal the deal right there.
I don't understand why people would vote for that guy just based on the two ads that I saw.
He's got a lot of support, and there's a lot of Democrats in Multnomah and Washington County. So that's what I've been waiting for. And you know, it could be that those numbers hold, in which case this deal is over for me. And so we'll just have to watch it throughout the rest of the night. But that's the preliminary numbers. So keep voting, or keep your fingers crossed, and we'll see if more votes come in.
We're going to come up with these votes. We're going to pull them out of thin air.
We got to do something, man, because we need to change things. Either that or pack up the moving truck.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So that's it. Right now in my race, 65% Juan Carlos Gonzalez, 15.75 Chris Christensen, and Ken Ross, 10.61. He's actually a good guy. I met him. But if Juan stays over 50%, the party's over.
I mean, how many votes does that? I mean, I know you can't give me any, like, is that like
yeah,
10,
no,
couple
it was,
thousand votes or
190? So he got 126,972 votes. I got 30,695 votes, and the next guy got 20,685 votes. So
See.
total, that's 195,000 votes that have been counted. But there's still votes to count, so we'll see. I don't think that includes votes from today, but at this point, it's not looking good. You know, Juan's got to come down 16%, and I need to hang in there. So we'll find out later. But that's the tale of the tape.
We love you, Iceman. Thanks.
All right, I
for
appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much
Thanks
for your
the
time. Good luck.
Soon.
Yeah, thank you so
Keep
much
the
for
hope
your time.
alive.
Yep. We will pray for
All
you,
right,
man.
guys.
God bless you, man.
God
All
bless
right,
you.
we'll
bro.
talk to you later. Okay.
See you later. Have a good night.
Bye. You too.
I have to fulfill my obligation. You can stay if you want, but
Oh, let's get her done, son. Even though I didn't get my 10 super chats.
I'm a man of my word, though. Okay.
I know. Well, duh, I didn't say you weren't. Hey, listen here, mister.
Yeah, you just talk while I do this. That's good. That'll
Get
help.
her done. Oh, shit. Oh, that was really good, actually.
Thanks.
Hey, it gave me the chills. Every time I hear that, I love it.
Oh, boy. Maybe next time I'll sing it. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
Oh,
I
boy.
got to be done, dude. I got to be done. I got to
All
chill
good.
for a
Hey,
little
yeah,
bit.
me too. Me too. I'll see you in the game in about 20 minutes.
Let's
fucking go.
All right, you guys.
Hey,
God
guys.
bless you guys.
Thank you so much for joining Town Hall Tuesday. Don't forget, tomorrow I'm doing the wrestling show. Thursday, we got the Patriot panel with maybe MDG Gaming, maybe some Zach X action. We'll see what happens.
MDG, you better be there.
We want to
on
hear.
Thursday,
We
bro.
want to hear all about your trip, bro. All the stuff that you can tell us. You know, I know what happens at FurryCon stays at FurryCon. I get that. We appreciate all you guys. Don't forget, next Tuesday we got Flip Chicago Red. What's up?
Flip Chicago Red.
Thanks.
Flip.
Hey, now go watch my expose on that bitch. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Peace.
Peace.
Wait, I'm gonna rate somebody.
I already am.
Who you rating?
Chris.
Oh. I'm gonna rate Pretend Media. No, it's a joke. I'm gonna rate Chris. We're gonna we're gonna double stuff Chris, guys. You ready?
Hey, shut the front door. That sounded terrible.
Thanks for
Bro.
watching, guys. We'll see you next
I love
time.
you guys.
Peace
I'll
out,
see you in
guys.
a little bit, probably. I'm gonna go.
Yeah. I know you will.
All right.
Go smoking. We'll see you in the future.
Yeah, I gotta restart my computer too. So, all right.
Later. Hey,
All right.
later, guys. Tell Danny and Chris we
Love
love
you
them.
guys.